I'm Glenn.
I'm Xander.
And together we're Fun King 3D.
Hi, I'm Glenn from Fun King 3D. How's everybody doing tonight? We have a special guest. We have Ryan from IC3D. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, man?
Hey, Glenn. Or hey, Tom and Glenn, I guess.
I'm Glenn.
I love the
All
background,
right,
too.
we'll bring the real Glenn in now. Hey, Glenn, how's it going?
Yeah, I got to get some glasses like that, man. Those are pretty awesome.
What's
the first
resolution on
glasses
that
I could
background?
print out off of Thingiverse. Thingiverse actually loaded yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
Those are the exact ones that I printed, but small for the puppets that Zach used during the MakerBox videos.
Xander!
That's what Cocky said. You're weird.
Of course
I
we're
can't hear
weird.
Glenn.
We know him. You can't hear Glenn?
No, I can't.
You can't hear me? Audio? Check. No?
No, he's not muted. I just muted him and unmuted him. Now I can hear you, Glenn.
Oh, well, then I'm not muted.
No.
I got batteries.
I got batteries. So anyway, I got to put my hand in because my head's getting cold. So anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? That was our fun little skit for, whatever day it is, April Fools. Did everyone get a laugh out of that?
It's March 32nd.
I'm not getting any echo. You getting any echo, Glenn?
No, sometimes that happens. We used to run into that a lot with the FKB streams where somebody would start echoing just for no reason. So
yeah, he's got headphones on with his thing, so it shouldn't be the only one that really well. Actually, yeah, no, because you're using a lav mic, so. But this thing usually doesn't echo.
I don't hear any echo, but I don't hear Glenn. I don't know.
Well, I'm so pale. That's because I got a lot of light on to let the green screen work.
Tom, drop me back out of the stream and then bring me back in.
Do we have to?
All right, can you hear me now, Ryan?
Oh, yes. Yes,
All
I
right,
hear you now.
glitch in the matrix, man. Glitch in the matrix.
Yeah. Well, you got to. I mean, with all the internet activity right now, you got to expect it.
I'm gonna take a minute and change my batteries though before they go completely dead.
I'm actually wearing this T-shirt inside out because there's like white text all on the inside on the front of it.
Well, I think you could actually order one of mine legitimately.
That takes with stuff called money.
Yeah, I just can't remember even where they are. I think it's on Teespring, but I don't know.
What's up, BP Nash?
You have it inside out, but
I've got a Fun King haircut.
the face is facing the same direction. It's not mirrored.
What's that?
You have your shirt on inside out? Oh,
yeah.
But the sticker is... Oh, I get it. Never mind.
Yeah, because it's got white text on it, so I just flipped it inside out. You can see the scene. Because I had to have the Fun King shirt for the little video I made there. Should I play it again for those that haven't seen it?
Oh, God, it freaks me out every time you play this thing.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Xander.
And together we're Fun King 3D.
Okay, that's just funny. I'm sorry. That's just hilarious.
Whew.
8 years. It is loud.
Yeah, the audio in the intro is really super high.
I didn't even think about putting that on there until a half hour ago. I said, "Hey, Glenn, can you send me the intro video?"
I can't believe how fast you put it on there. I mean, I'm like, email sent, and you're like, yeah, here it is.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing about the Macs is they're actually made to do that. Because I use Final Cut Pro to do that, and it's like I pasted in there and hit render, and it was done in like 30 seconds. It was all rendered out and saved.
Well,
But
your
it was, I
Mac
mean, it was
must
the
be
perfect size.
newer
It
than
didn't have to
mine.
resize it or anything. So, anyways, we are here to raise a little money, which I'm supposed to have the ticker going. Forgot about the ticker. Ticker. I need to raise a little money to pay for the filaments we're going to give away and ship off today from this gentleman over here, if I get my fingers pointing right. So, anyways, why don't you introduce yourself, Ryan, and tell the people what it's all about and what you've been doing.
Yep. I'm Ryan from IC3D. I'm the community manager and the fulfillment manager, and I run a shift on the extruders. Tom reached out to us, and well, actually, I reached out to Tom because I saw he needed a new sticker, and then he asked if we had any strange cast off filament that we could donate to this project, and I thought,
I
know
like
we have lots of that.
I like how Tom reaches out to you and is like, "Hey, you got any cast off filament you want to donate?" And I come to you and I'm like, "Listen, I need 16 rolls of PET."
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
more likely if it's scrap. That's what I get too. See here, back here, that's all scrap. So, you know.
Yeah, off color and undersized or.
Yeah, usually undersized.
Why do you have undersized? Is it just you stopped the line too? It was the end and that was that, or?
Well, we don't spool from the extruder, so we don't use a dancer and spool from the extruder. We spool onto 10 kilogram spools because we also sell those mega spools, and then we break down from that into 2.5 kilograms or 1 kilogram.
So you do the
So
same thing.
sometimes at the end there's just a little bit left. It's under 1 kilogram, and then either they'll use it in print shop or it gets taken home by one of us.
So it's an undersized roll, but it's not undersized filament.
Oh, right. No.
Just
no.
yeah, it's not enough to fill a spool is all.
Right. So, anyways, why don't you tell us about what you guys have been doing? Because you were talking about it before we started. And I think it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Get it going.
Yeah, I know that you like this kind of to be a diversion from everything that's going on, but we're deep into the whole COVID response, and so I should say a couple of things about it. First, we're printing face shields like everybody else. We've got 30 machines dedicated right now, and we're printing about 500 a day for the Veterans Administration. And so last week on Friday, we got our the Budman design approved by the BA or the BHA, and they wanted some changes, so we made some changes for them. And so on Friday, they approved that, and they fast-tracked it to the NIH. And then over the weekend, the NIH approved it, and we got FDA exemption. And so it's one of the 2 designs right now that is up on the NIH website, accredited. And as long as you print according to the instructions and everything on there, it's an approved design. So we're making about 500 of those a day. We're working with another company to die cut the face shields, and kind of organizing the community around us. And we set up a donation page with the United Way for people to donate, in an official kind of something people would be comfortable with, and they can get their tax write-offs and all of that. And so we're doing the face shields, and then we're also providing tons of filament. We're running the extruders 20 hours a day. I get to run on my normal shift, so that's nice. I'm not coming in at midnight or whatever to make filament, but it's really all PETG right now, and as fast as we can make it, we're sending it out the door. We've sent, I think, 60 kilograms to the Masks for Docs guys to Repcord, and we're up over, I think, 400 kilograms to Make for COVID. That's a Colorado-based organization, and I don't know. People are reaching out every day. We're just going as fast as we can. We're going through all of our master batch, and people are getting whatever color we can make at the time. Still trying to keep up with normal orders, so people can keep ordering either through our website or through Amazon, and we're getting around to them. We spend some time every day working on customer orders, but really it's just we're totally swamped by this whole maker response that is going on to the COVID-19 problem that's going on. So it's really pretty exhausting. We're all overworked, but we divided into shifts. We're being as safe as we can. We've got all our interior doors open. Everyone's staying, 6 feet apart and washing our hands, and deliveries are getting quarantined for sprayed down and then quarantined. And then also with the masks, we are going to make sure that everything's sanitized before it goes out. We're hopefully going to, I don't know, you guys might have heard of that. Battelle has made this sterilization chamber that was in the news recently, and hopefully we've done a lot of work with Battelle, so hopefully they're going to handle our sterilization, and we're probably going to be upping that capacity over time. We just got a huge box full of elastic bands today, and it's just, things are moving really fast. We're having a hard time communicating, and things like that, because we're just working as fast as we can. But I think I didn't want to, make this about what everyone's always talking about anyways, but it's kind of always on our minds, and so I think that's enough. Just go to IC3D.
The link you sent me, right?
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Yeah, everything should be there.
Yeah, no, but Twitter made it all
questions?
obnoxious.
Just if anybody's got any questions, that's my Twitter handle there under my feed, and I'm pretty much available 24 hours a day almost. So that's enough of that, right?
Copy link address. Command V. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, I went to copy it, and it was 800 miles long and said, Twitter relink or whatever it does. So anyways, yeah. So anyway, Ryan here graciously donated all of this lovely filament I rolled up over the last week or so. And
that's a really large Ziploc bag you have there.
This is the Ziploc bag the filament came in. You didn't see that big ass roll he sent me?
No. I've seen the rolls though.
Yeah, it's the big 5-pound roll they have.
Yeah, I've hung out at IC3D, Yeah. Ate lunch in their production line. It's whatever.
You gotta come by again. It's changing every. You wouldn't recognize it.
All the sublease guys are gone now, right?
Yeah, they're all gone, and we're running out of space again. I mean, it's so many. I mean, that's just one of the cool things about working there, is that we build all of our own stuff, so we're always building. And we've got 4 of those 1400 millimeter printers now, and 4 of the 600s, and big pharma Taz's. It's getting crowded.
That's awesome. That's a big deal. Only in my own mind. Nobody's
No,
more
Glenn has his
special than
own
me.
filament.
To me,
You got your own IC3D filament, right?
that's right. Except for I
Fun
can't
King
get somebody to
Yellow.
put the right name on it.
That's not up to me.
No, I know it's not. But it was made for me. It was made actually for the FK1. So, and it only took a year of badgering to get Michael to agree to do it. So
That's pretty funny. Anyway, should we give away a roll of filament?
what's that?
Should we give away a roll of filament? How do I do giveaways here? I got to figure this all out again. Mods are included because everybody's a mod in here. Let's see. Nightbot. What are we going to do? Let's do a keyword. What can we do for a keyword? I don't know. What's a good keyword?
Chris,
Let's just go with IC3D since it's their filament.
Krista, don't do it.
Don't do what?
Apparently, don't give away the filament.
Oh. Nah, we'll give away the filament. Enter keyword. I have no idea what I'm doing here, guys. I've never done this, so I hope this works.
So you should like do a giveaway, but tell everybody like this is not a legitimate giveaway. It's just to test your giveaway as a virtual high five.
Yeah, no, I actually already did that. I did a stream the other night just to make sure it would actually work.
Yeah, I seen.
I still don't have a clue what the hell I'm doing. So if anyone types IC3D in there, they can win a roll of IC3D. We'll do the little one first.
Isn't that the one that you said, oh, I like this. I don't want to give this one away.
Yeah, I kind of like the roll itself. Of course, Viking's the only one that did it, and he's the only one I can't send it to because he's out of the States.
Oh, you have to clarify that. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Sorry, Viking. I can't send it to you, man, unless you want to pay the shipping.
And trust me, you don't want to pay the shipping. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare that was when we did I think it was last year for our birthday, which we're coming up on our birthday this year too. But, I said, listen, it's U.S. only unless you want to pay your own shipping. And then everybody was like kicking in money for shipping, which was great. But it was like $60 to ship a roll of filament overseas. So
yeah, just sending stickers up to like Jordan and who else did I say? Oh, Terry. It was like a buck and a half to send an envelope.
Yeah,
just to Canada, just because it's over Canada. Every else, 50 cents.
Right. Well, it's really hard. It's really hard to carry that envelope over that border.
I could do that. Is he sending you another box, Viking? I'll do that if he's sending you another box. We're not going to let that show there. We're cocky. We're trying to keep the semi-clean tonight. At least for now.
Yeah, until
hey,
I get out of here.
Sean, type in IC3D real quick before I do the roll. So you can win a roll from the roll, because I'm going to roll for a roll. You could win a roll.
Roll for a roll.
A roll just in a bag, not a box, because the weight of the box put it into a new weight bracket. Yeah, that's the problem with all that crap. Anyways, so let's see if this whole Nightbot key thing works. Because I don't know. How do I do this here now? Roll it. And it says Mr. Buttram won. Yay, Mr. Buttram.
Not that guy.
And I will mark it with the famous blue tape.
Serious blue tape.
Huh?
That's some serious blue tape.
Yeah. It's the only way to get blue tape for printing. Butt ram.
Yeah.
That way I know who it is. I think I got your address somewhere.
Oh yeah, I got a few rolls of those too.
What's that?
I got a few rolls of those too.
What?
That big blue tape.
Yeah.
I said this works too. It's not as big as yours, but
I got a few. I got a bigger one over here. I got a 4-inch over there. This is only a 3-inch.
Yeah, for a while I was covering the whole FK1 bed with tape. You can actually order it 6 inches wide from Amazon for like $70 or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, it's all right. I'll just keep using the skinnier stuff.
Because this is I think this is like $12 for this roll at Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot or one of those. You gotta wait. They often don't have it. You gotta like.
Good plugs for all of those guys.
Yeah. One of them there. People.
Way to go! Why don't you post their website to your screen there?
I don't think I need to. I think they're well advertised all on their own. I don't think they need any plugs from me. I mean, I will plug them if they're going to send me some money or some lumber or something. Who else's room do I have here? Oh, I could be at Viking's house. Let's see. I got to move my chair over this way so I cover his head. Hey, I'm at Viking's house. Anyway, so what have you been up to, Glenn, besides making Bazaar? Oh, by the way, if you guys don't know, Glenn has started making his own Fun King 3D box of film.
Mystery filament box. That's right.
Yeah, it's only $9.95 a week.
Right. Well, it's four weekly payments of $9.99. And that includes the shipping. You don't have to pay additional for shipping. I'll ship it to you for that. You guys want to know all about it? My video released today, all about it. Yeah, we had a really good time making that video. It was Xander trying to go through it without Xander laughing was the best.
Oh God, that was it. He was. That and Zach's getting huge.
Yeah, he is.
Again, I was, when I was pulling audio for that thing, I was going through some of your older videos. Man, he was a tiny little guy.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's like, he's almost as tall as Xander is now, isn't he?
Xander keeps getting bigger, but at the very end of today's video, I used an old video clip that I had Zach make. He's just waving and being goofy and stuff for the end screen. But I made that thing like a couple years ago, and he's tiny in that.
Yeah.
So, but he got a little bit of the limelight when we made the Elegoo robot video, and he likes it. He likes it a lot. He likes being second chair, and so now he wants to do it more. But he'll talk over me the whole time. So we got to work on his camera etiquette, but. Because he'll lay down a joke and I'll kind of respond to it, but not really, and he'll think I got to do that again. And
I think your batteries are dying, Glenn.
Oh, am I cutting out? Oh,
yeah, you're kind of getting weird sounding. Not just cutting out, but it's getting really echoey and kind of dead sounding.
I'll change them again.
I don't know. It could just be the internet. Could just be, YouTube / StreamYard's overworking itself. But either way.
Well, speaking of
you got to go back there, Chris Galata, and watch the beginning, and you'll understand. Or I could just run the video again. Well, Glenn's fiddling because I just get a kick out of it, and Glenn gets creeped out, so it makes it all that much.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Xander.
And together we're Fun King 3D.
I won't play the whole trailer.
Is this better? Do I sound better now?
Dude, I thought of that, 2-3 months ago? It was right after Christmas. I'm like, Glenn, on April Fool's Day, I want to freaking shave my head and be you.
But you should have just shaved the top and left the sides.
Yeah.
This is way sexier.
What's even worse is I did it at night, and I was outside, and it was kind of cold. And I don't know if you saw, but my hair was freaking long. So I was using scissors first and clipping it. And then when I went to shave, I didn't have any way to tell, what I was doing behind me. I didn't have a mirror with me like a dumbass. So I was just shaving over the same spot over and over and over. And I got razor burns all along the back and side of my head.
Well, I cut my own hair and I'll go over it with the shaver, and then I have to go to my wife. I'm like, all right, did I miss anything? It'll be like a clump up here that's still.
Yeah. I ended up using this in the mirror. I went in the bathroom and I put this at the back of my head and then stared at so I could see it through the
Yeah.
mirror.
Yeah, you need
Make
a
sure I
double
didn't have
mirror.
like some little Fu Manchu freaking ponytail still showing in the back.
John Butler said that's a long way to go for an April Fool's.
I don't care. It was fun. I had
I don't
fun
think it
doing
looks
it.
bad.
I wish I had, had more time to really work on it and really get the like lip syncing done good. Because I just did that like one shot. Life in general made it so time was limited.
Unless you were like really trying to make it look authentic, I think it's better the way it is.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
I think the out of sync lip movements and stuff, I think it just makes it better. So
just makes it stupider.
you could have went and bought these exact glasses. I mean, it would have been a huge investment. I do buy them at the Dollar Tree, but
I still wish I'd have sent you a hat, and then you could have popped on and gone, "Hey, I'm Tom Mama."
Yeah,
that would have been funny.
I got to figure out the whole green screen thing. I'd like to put a green screen up, but today was the first day that my company did an online meeting. They finally have decided to not have our employees be in the office, so we did a Zoom meeting, and I don't have a camera on my other PC. So I'm like, well, I'll have to do it in the studio. So I'm all set up, and they're like, wow, that looks so professional. I'm like, well, here, let me show you what I can do. How about a shot of the top of my head, or a shot up my nose?
Shot up my nose. Yeah, that's just what everyone wants to see, Glenn. A shot up your nose.
My daughter has a green screen right here behind the camera, and it's not that difficult. We just use iMovie, and it green screening. You have to light it so that it's
lighting is the most critical thing.
Yeah.
And then don't be too close. Back, like make sure the green screen's feedback or whatever.
Oh, you got like the sun in there?
I use these things. You can get them in a pack of 10 of them for the 4 foot, or 6 of them, excuse me, for $45.
Yeah.
And I got a little.
I've got some of those.
Printed tripod. I set it in, and it makes a studio light, and they're cheap. And I got these things all over my basement too. They're so cheap now.
Yeah,
it's $45 for a pack of 6 of them.
Right.
It's less than $10 a piece, and they're bright.
Yeah.
And I got the 4 foot. These are actually more expensive for the 2 foots.
I tried to use them as studio lights, but they were too bright.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Well, that's why, I'm shooting it at the wall and bouncing it off the wall back to the green screen. Because it was too bright. I was getting like halos from it because you could see, black spots and white spots. But I got
another roll. Give away another roll of filament, and then I'm going to duck out so I can go put my kids to bed.
We'll do a full roll of filament. How's that? Well, a 3/4 or a half roll or whatever you call this.
If you want to get your Fun King box, you just go to funking3d.com/Fun King box.
I think you should raffle off your first Fun King box.
Dude, it's a $40 box. I can't be giving away them. Whew.
Oh, that's how you get started, man. You got to raffle off. You got to get the publicity first.
That box.
I want to hear about the chocolate candy when you ship it in there, and you got to ship it down to like someone else.
Don't give away the secret.
Like to Walter or something, where it just sits there and melts on his deck for a day or two.
That's premium. That's premium leftover Halloween candy I'm giving in there.
Oh God!
The chocolate's all white.
Let's do another one. Let's do.
You open the box, it's just one solid chocolate in the bottom because it all melted together.
Okay, let's do melted.
Melted's the word. Today your word is melted. Text melted to
Melted. Type in melted, and you could win this beautiful roll of who knows what color it is, icy 3D filament.
That's not melted yet. It won't be melted until after you get it.
Yeah.
I wrote Hodge Podge on the
I
box.
know. I was gonna say the actual color is Hodge Podge. He wrote it on the box.
Hodge
What did I do
Podge.
with the box? He's got like the color listings printed on the side of the box, and then there's like check your own color, and he wrote Hodge Podge color on it.
Nice.
I was like, that's freaking cool. I don't know what I did with the box. Oh, it's in the other room. I don't have enough space in here anymore. Xander says, type melted. Type melted, man. Type it. Yeah, type melted. Did Xander see that?
Oh yeah. I showed him right away.
Did
He's like-
he curl his lip or did he laugh?
He's like kind of dumbfounded, and he's like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, "You don't know who that is?" He's like, "No."
That's funny.
I'm like, it's me in 40 years.
About 10. You only got about 10 years on you. Maybe a little more. How old are you now?
I'll be 48 this year.
So I don't even have 10 on you, but close.
The keyword is melted, people. Melted.
Melted. The keyword is melted. Melted.
No,
Melted.
I'm not raffling off the box. This is a $40 box. I can't be affording to do that.
I think you should, man. I think you should raffle off the box. Just one. It probably did cost you $40 in all the custom vinyl cutting, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't give this one away. This one's going to end up on the Maker Box wall. So, like, I have all of, and I'm not sure where they are right now, but like, there was the one that I mounted the big button to the top, and one that's got a stick mounted to it. I have all of those. Like, they become almost like museum pieces to me as I modify the different boxes.
All right, has everyone typed in melted that's going to do it? It does have to be U.S. only. Sorry, guys, unless Josh is going to send it to you there, Viking. Let's see. Roll it. And 3D Loon wins. 3D Loon. So 3D Loon, send me your mailing address. Email me your mailing address to 3dprintingllama@gmail.com.
Please post your mailing address publicly in the chat. No.
So Glenn, coming up in one of the maker boxes soon, it's going to be one of our new materials. It's a hydrometer TPU. So it's not super flexible, but it's super high impact resistance and it's really nice.
Yeah, where did I just hear about that?
I just heard someone doing that too. Who was that?
I don't remember where I seen that, but yeah, I just seen a video or a write up or something about it.
Today.
So,
It was like today, and I'm trying to think of who it was.
no, I don't think it was today because I wasn't on the internet at all today. I was playing tech support all day long, but
I saw it today.
yeah, it was definitely recent. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
It's pretty
And it's
neat
going to be in
stuff.
a maker box.
Oh, didn't
Yeah,
you have
pretty-
some in the maker box? That's where I saw it.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it was. I had it.
I bet.
It was you. That's why we remember it. It was you. It was today.
Oh yeah, you would have seen it today. I would have seen it last Saturday or Sunday when I made the video. That's why I can't remember.
I'm going to kick you out and back in again because your mic's getting really weird. I'm going to see if it's just a glitchy thing.
Yeah, I got plenty of battery. I couldn't believe how clear this stuff is. I mean, it is so
Yeah.
crystal clear. This is the one where when Xander got to it, he's like, I don't see it in the box, and I'm like, well, I can see the back, but I don't see the filament. But yeah, it's a
So you
little
can
bit
pretty much
springy, but not.
not very much.
Yeah,
You can pretty much use all your PETG print settings. Print's very similar, and it is a flexible. If you print thin walls, you'll feel that it's flexible, but the intended use is more for impact resistance, and it just prints really nice. It's a cool a cool new material. And hopefully, we're working on about 10 different data filaments right now. So there'll probably be some softer TPUs in the future.
I volunteer to test them for you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I can't wait to try it. No, I'll let you know.
Volunteer.
So we sent, let's see, we sent some of our Pet G family to Technivorous, if you've heard of him. So he's doing a giveaway and reviewing a few beta filaments, and then we're trying to do one each month, pretty much. So, keep in contact, and I can send you something out. It's okay to. They told me it's okay to talk about them, like it's not secret. We got open source filaments and everything. Just as long as you say, hey, this might not be what actually comes out. We're trying lots of things, and so
I actually like that sometimes more than filament reviews. Filament reviews get boring. I mean, feel like it's PPG. A filament review should be, it prints, it doesn't print, it looks really good, it looks like crap.
Well, right. Filament reviews used to be like a lot more important than they are now. I mean, for the most part, the filament companies actually care about what they're selling, which didn't used to be the case.
Right.
So yeah, it's I mean, for the most part, if you're buying from a name brand company, you're going to get a good product anyway. So the reviews are useless. So
we so this month we sent some down to Walter. I don't think he's had time to check it out yet, but he made the mistake of ordering ABS for the Toys for Tots last year, or at least a roll of ABS. So we were like, okay, we're sending Walter a roll of ABS to give away, and he's going to test out a couple of ASAs, which I really like. ASA, have you guys printed with anybody's ASAs? It's interesting. It's hard to describe, but it has a really cool finish. Kind of hides layer lines. Prints really nice. It's like real similar to ABS. Doesn't have the butylene, which is like the rubber component. But
it's still stinky as hell, though, right?
It's not as stinky. And also ABS can degrade. UV can degrade that butylene in the ABS. So ASA, that's like what a lot of car parts are made out of. So it's safe outdoors. It doesn't degrade in the UV. But I don't know. You'll have to try it out. A lot of people are making ASA now, but it has a really cool texture after it's printed. It's hard to describe. It's matte. Very matte. It's pretty neat.
Cool.
So we sent him 2 of them, and he doesn't have any enclosed printers.
I don't have any enclosed printers either.
It's really easy to enclose a printer, though. You just throw a blanket over it; it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, look here. I built a whole hood around mine because I print so much stinky stuff back there.
Yes, this is my bedroom too, so I don't print any stinky stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I have been playing with SnowLab sent me their PC Plus, which is like a modified PC, so you can print it on an open printer. Yeah. And you actually can. Probably can't see it over here, but anyway, the red parts on that are PC Plus. Those just the red.
Do you know what they modify it with?
I have no idea. He just sent me the roll.
PC ABS and PC PBT. I don't know what PBT is, but 2 different modified polycarbonates. Polycarbonate, I think, might give off some nastier chemicals even than
it sits by the window when it's printing.
I have here some carbon fiber PC PBT from Push Plastics, but it doesn't say what PBT is.
Yeah.
So
it's the only I don't like about
butyl tetra something.
Butyl trilene.
They don't tell you if those things are toxic or not. And some of I know PC is toxic to be printing. It has a major off gas, and you don't smell it. It doesn't smell. It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
Excellent. Why would you want a hobby without risks?
I'm so old, my lungs are so shot, it don't matter no more anyways. All right, beta filament. So let's do beta. Give away another hole. How's that sound? And we will do this one right here, which is, I believe, is the bigger one. Don't quote me on this, but this should be about 600, 650 grams. Sander! You see his face? He's like, dude, that's so lame.
Double.
That was just the teenager. Dude, that is so lame. Knock it off. That's funny.
Sander's been a teenager since he was like 8.
Oh, this face was priceless right there. Oh, crap. Alpha, beta max.
Leave it to the Canardian to do alpha instead of beta.
Oh, God. How many people we got in here? 22. Should we run the video again? Just to make...
God, no. Wait until I leave. Give the throw away, then I'll duck out.
Just making it even more fun because it's making you cringe.
It's sure creepy. It's going to give me nightmares.
That's funny.
I said, seeing as we're being discriminated against.
Who's being discriminated against?
The Canadians.
Oh, unfortunately, I can't ship to Canada. I mean, you can do it if you want to pay for the shipping, but I wouldn't waste your money.
You get to the border, and it's so hard to climb over that border that, like to take a package over it. Oh, it's not like we have roads or anything.
The Chris Riley.
Gosh.
What's up, fellas?
What is up, Mr. Riley?
Another
Ryan,
hectic
Chris,
day of being me.
Probably do from Murph and Earth and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know
Ryan
him from
Ramon?
watching his YouTube videos.
Nobody knows who Chris Riley is. He's such a nobody in the 3D printing world.
I gotta ask, since you're on here, Chris.
Yeah.
Why are you asking people where they get their information about 3D printers from? Because we all come from you.
Yeah. I was trying to take a poll, and that's exactly what I didn't want to hear was, you. It's getting extremely overwhelming helping everyone with their 3D printer stuff. So I have emails that are like 3 months old, hey, can you help me with my Marlin config? So I was thinking about, maybe I should start a forum or some sort of group so I could answer the same questions, and just leave, hey, here's a link to this. Here's a link to this. But I was wondering if that existed already. I know Tom had a forum. I don't know how populated it is. But if I was the one populating it, I could answer that comment once and then just provide a link. I don't know. I thought it might be a good idea. But
you should work with Work Hockey because I think the two of you together would pretty much cover something like that.
Yeah. And that's what it would take, too. It would take a couple of other people that had some free time to get in there and weed through the,
Michael won the filament. Sorry.
Right. Well, level the bed. Well, we knew that. Thank you. All of those answers that you get on a lot of different places. So I don't know, but I definitely need to do something different because I'm spending 20 hours a week answering comments and things.
Yeah, that's why I actually stopped harassing you because I figured it was getting that way, and I started harassing Work Hockey.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, and that's true. So we're kind of taking turns, right? He's coming up, so now he can take a turn for the next 20,000 subscribers or whatever. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the way it should work. But I don't know. I hate not answering people's questions because I needed help at one time as well. I mean it's not your fault you don't know, So I don't know. There's got to be a better way though than me typing each one out. So
you weren't here in the beginning, were you?
Oh God, you're gonna do it again, aren't you?
I am, Glenn. I am, just for Chris.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Xander.
And together we're Fun King 3D.
Glenn, I have to say, I didn't get to watch the whole video today. I watched about the first half after you got into the actual MakerBox stuff. But at the very beginning, I was just like, oh, I didn't know if Zach was going to actually say Fun King or not. I was like, oh, he's real close.
That was take number 6 doing that. And it was the first time that he kind of like that pause before he said it. Like he had done it over and over. Like, can we just open the Fun King box? You know, but like that take was perfect. It was
that was priceless, though, man.
But,
It was a good vid. I like that one.
through it without laughing or just generally messing up and saying the wrong thing, because like I didn't want to come across as where I was being derogatory towards MakerBox,
Right.
So like I had to kind of be careful of what I said, but still really digging on him,
Right. No, it was good. I had a few laughs over that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that came to me. That came to me in a vision on Saturday night as I was trying to go to sleep. I'd shut the TV off and I was laying there. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and Xander had asked if we could do some kind of a April Fool's MakerBox video, and my original thought was I was just going to come out. We were going to introduce ourselves. I was going to cut it open and just dump it out on the table and go, "That's what you get. Thank you guys. We're doing." And I was going to go through the whole sign.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm laying there trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I thought, what if we announce our own box? If we announce the Fun King box? And it was to the point where I was giddy. I was so excited, and then I couldn't sleep, because I'm like, oh, and then I'm gonna have Zach say, can we open the Fun King box? And like play on words, and it's gonna be so funny. So Sunday morning when I got up, the whole family, like I had said to my wife, I said, listen, I made a decision last night on the direction I want to go with Fun King 3D. And I said, I want to talk to you when the family's together. And she's like, oh, okay. So we're all at the breakfast table and we're eating breakfast. And I said, listen, MakerBox is wildly successful. And, we had a lot to do with that. And why should they get all the money? I want to create the Fun King box. We're going to do it on our own. The looks on their face, they were like deer in the headlight. My wife said the whole time she was thinking, I want to support him, but this is not a good idea. Yeah. So we ended up shooting it. We shot it Sunday between church and my live stream. I got it shot and edited, but when I was on the live stream and I was plugging it, and I'm like, oh, I got to get around to editing it. I didn't want to say, I have a video coming out on Wednesday, because I didn't want somebody to go, oh, Wednesday's April Fool's Day,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll try to get it edited out. It was already uploaded and scheduled and ready at that point.
So Ryan, do you actually print stuff? You got anything behind you that's cool?
My print stuff?
Yeah.
Sure. I printed this mask here.
Oh, I thought that was just a lamp.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
No, so I've been printing since like 2014. I print a lot less now because I'm
working.
When you do it for a living, it's not as
much fun.
It's not as fun. I'm mostly testing filaments and things like that here at home. But when I got into it, I was mostly into like little prop making and things like that. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, and Indiana Jones, and anything that I wanted from the movies that I grew up with. And
cool.
I've got a fine arts background, so I was sculpting and doing those kind of things before 3D printing was available to me. But one day in 2014, one of my buddies told me, hey, I bought one of these 3D printer things, and I said, here's some files you're going to print for me. And ever since then, I've been doing it myself. So I've got a whole shelf up here of things that I've 3D printed with some sculptures and stuff like that. But like I said, mostly I'm printing, warp towers and temperature towers, and I'm testing layer bonding and things like that. That's most of my time, or I'm printing out new parts for my printer. That's my favorite thing to do with my printer.
Pretty much what I do.
That's the first
80%
year.
of my printing is printing parts for a printer so I could print another printer so I could build another printer to print more parts for the next printer, which is what we're doing today because I'm going to build another printer.
Yeah, I've never bought a printer. I've only DIY'd my printers. This one started as a D-bot, and it's not very close anymore, but, that's the fun part.
All of mine, you can't see them because they're all behind the green screen, but there isn't one here that used to be Glenn's. That one you can actually see. That used to be an A-net. There is like 4 pieces left on it that are the original A-net. Everything else is all new.
All right, guys. Well, now that Chris Riley's here, I'm going to duck out because Chris and I don't play well together anymore.
That was fun.
Thanks for having me. It was fun to be here. And then once I leave, you can as many times as you want.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Xander.
And together we're Fun King 3D.
Chris even laughed. Chris had to run away. You couldn't watch it. Oh, crap. All right. We got a whole bunch of people saying, Ryan, I got to roll the dice because, Ryan donated all this crap. And Dan won. Hey, Dan, you just paid for your own shipping, hopefully. He just sent me some money on Buy Me a Coffee, which I have yet to use Buy Me a Coffee, and I have no idea. You got that, don't you, Chris?
Yep.
How do you get money out of it?
It's actually now it's like 1 for 1. So, like you just I think you can set up Venmo or PayPal, but as soon as they send you something, they take a percentage and then they get it right to you each transaction. So it just kind of filters in slow. You don't have to wait for a large payment.
They don't make you wait at a certain time once a month.
Right. Yep. So you just kind of get nickeled and dimed as they buy you coffee. So it's pretty cool.
So you can actually take it out anytime you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Josh, didn't you watch the video? I'm not going to play it again. I'm even getting tired of it now. You'll have to rerun the video and watch it. It's been played like 10 times now. God, Ryan must be getting sick of seeing it. Put it this way, me and Xander were hanging out.
I like the new look.
Huh?
I think it's a good look.
I actually do it all the time. I usually, every couple of years, I shave it. I was planning on shaving it this year anyways, because I have skull issues from where I broke my neck and they put the halos in, and the back ones are getting infected because they never healed properly. So basically I have to shave my head anyways and then put all kinds of crap on the 2 little holes. Not hydro, what do you call that? Cream, hydrocortisone. That's the one. And you can't do that with hair. It just makes a big cloddy mess if you got hair. Like Chris's hair. How long is your hair now, Chris? Does it actually go down past your butthole?
No. I clip it. I'll take the bottom 3 inches off about every 6 months or so.
Yeah.
So it goes down to about my belt.
Wow. I've got some hair, but
yeah, I saw it.
Not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was pretty long. I mean, obviously it wasn't Chris Riley long, but it was down below my collar. It was, down the back of my back.
Yeah, this is like my 24th year of growing hair. So.
Yeah, I shave it. I usually either butch it or shave it every spring, and then in the fall I usually just give it a butch right around September, and that's it. I don't cut it otherwise. Just do it twice a year, and that's that. And everyone's like, "Why would you do that? They look so funny." And I'm like, you know what? There's one thing it's guaranteed to do: grow back. Everyone's like, "Oh,
that's what I like about beards."
I'm never going bald. If I'm worried about going bald, I can take hair off my butt and put it on my head if I want to. I have enough hair. I'm really not worried about going bald. So, anyways, we got a couple more of these. Actually, one more because I think this Apple one I'm keeping. I really like this color. I don't know if you can't really see it in the camera, but when it blends through, it is a really nice ice blue, dude. You really need to like figure out how to make this like permanently. It isn't
A lot of times when the master batch is low, it makes the coolest colors. Like a lot of neon colors, it just seems like it's a super unsaturated color. That's basically all that you need to do. But especially PLA's fairly translucent, but especially with PETG, I mean, any color that starts to wash out can look really amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say PETG is like pure clear when it's natural, right?
Yeah.
I mean, PLA is clearish, but it's foggy.
Right.
I mean, it is pretty clear though. But
it prints clear.
Especially this one. Again, you probably can't see it in the camera because it's all washed out, but you sort of see it around here. See that blue tint to it? That's the actual color it printed. It is, and what sucks is the one I spooled on here. You can actually sort of see it. It's kind of orangey. And whatever. Hey, it's free freaking filament. Get over it.
I was going to send you some normal filament, but you wanted something interesting.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the Hodge Podge is all my scrap parts. And I got some scrap parts from LDO, and I got some other scrap parts, and it's just scrap parts, and it's going to be a hodgepodge. I'm literally thinking what I have for parts now, like my X gantry, the 2 rods going up, one of them is going to be a rod with LMUs, and one of them is going to be a V groove with wheels. One on each side. It's going to be a hodgepodge. Whatever I got to use in that stack of box of parts, that's what's going to make that printer. And then I'm going to give the printer away when I'm all done. If somebody's crazy enough to want it at the end, I'll send it to Chris and he'll make another log out of it.
Yeah, that's what I need.
I'm still thinking about Twiggy, man. I'm thinking about how we can build you a Twiggy.
I know. That's been top of mind recently.
I've been thinking about some of those. I've got some like serious hardwood scraps and pieces out in the garage from construction and everything. And I'm wondering with the Ipe if the grain is tight enough where I could router it, sand it, and polish it. Because I router and sand it and polish it, and it's pretty smooth, but it still has some grain to it. But if I can make it so a freaking wheel will run on it smoothly, I think I can.
How cool would that be to have a piece of hardwood though that was V-slotted like that? That would be an awesome finish.
I don't think I could do 2020. I would think it would have to be 2040 to do any kind of structural, because it's strong, but it's not that stiff. I can flex it if you grab it enough.
Yeah.
So I'll have to play with it and see if I can do it because I have a V groove slot and I think it's a 40 degree. Are those 40 degree? I don't think they're 45. I think they're 40 or 35 degree, the slots. I'm not sure. They could be 45. I have a 45 for sure. That would be cool if I could do like a 2040 and then put the mini wheels on it because I have a 2040 mini wheel carriage laying around here somewhere.
Yeah, it'd look really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's black. It would look cool to you on camera. No one would be able to tell. It just look like aluminum because it's black. I mean, Ipe is black. The only time it's weird is when you cut the end and it gets that fray. It turns like a dark brown. It's kind of bizarre. People are like, can I make it that color? And I'm like, yeah. You go out and you get a grinder and you grind it and that brown will pop out. It won't stay. The minute it hits the sun, it turns gray anyways. But anyway, let's give away another mini roll. This is like 110 or 120 grams. I think these mini ones came out to. As you can tell, I didn't spend a whole lot of time caring about the actual weight. Just didn't care. Let's see. Cancel. What's the one we can use? Let's use Riley because Chris Riley's here. Riley. Yeah, Jordan, you see, you didn't come in the beginning. You got to come in the beginning because you would have seen why I shaved my head. Here, I'm going to play one more.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Xander.
And together we're Fun King 3D.
It just freaking kills me. The lip syncing is so freaking bad. And Glenn was saying the same thing. We were talking about it, and I'm like, oh man, I got to re-lip sync. You're like, no, leave it. It's better that way. So you're doing your big giveaway on Sunday, huh?
We're actually going to do it on Saturday morning.
Oh, Saturday.
Yep.
I was laughing. I went down there, because, ring the bell and do the reminder after you posted it. And it was 8 people waiting. I was like, they got a long ass wait. That's like 4 or 5 days away.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's kind of weird. When I posted it, too, the way YouTube's currently doing things, I don't know why, but it sent out 30 minutes till the giveaway when I posted it, and it was in 5 days or whatever.
Yeah.
So everybody was saying, is it going to be now? Everybody was in the chat. So
I had a lot of problems with StreamYards when I first started doing it and doing the, set it ahead. And come to find out, I had it set at the wrong time zone. So I was like, oh, yeah, in 24 hours, you're going to start streaming. I'm like, no, wait, it's supposed to be like 20 minutes.
Right.
I was like, where's the time zone setting? Has everybody been in? Anybody want to get some IC 3D Hodge Podge colored filament? This is actually pretty clear. I don't see any blue spots in it. That's a bummer.
That's just natural.
Yeah.
We don't sell a lot of natural PLA, actually.
Old curmudgeon. I gotta write this on here. I'll never remember. So we've been through all the mini rolls. We do have one more real roll of black. Right? It was black you sent me, right? Yeah, because that one's black. I'm keeping one of those. So that's going to be used for the Hodge Podge itself. So, old curmudgeon, send me an email or a tweet or something. You can send me an email at 3dprintingllama@gmail.com, or you can send me a tweet at 3dprintingllama@gmail.com on Twitter, on the twit. If I don't write these on here, I'll forget who gets what. I'm old and stupid, brain dead. And I think that's it, right? I got the one big roll, which I got to go get. I'll be right back. You guys chat.
We will chat. So how things going on ICPD?
Oh, it's crazy with the, we're printing face shields and running the extruders pretty much around the clock to make Pet G for everybody. So it's kind of overwhelming, and we're buried, but yeah. it's exciting. We got a face shield design approved.
The colors even
so
Hodge Podge.
Yeah, that's my handwriting.
We have one almost full roll of black. This is a short roll. That's why they gave it to me. So if you think you're getting a full, 2 kilos or 1 pound or 2 pounds and 1 kilo, whatever it is, it's not quite. But it's free, so get over it.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty. You can tell by looking at it too that it's pretty close. So we got to do one more with that. I don't know how I'm going to ship that because that one's going to cost me some serious bucks. How do you guys get away with shipping? I'm assuming you get some kind of a discount through USPS or UPS or FedEx or whoever you ship with because you're doing volume, right?
Oh yeah, we have an account and we get a discount, but it's still not cheap. I mean, that's part of the price of the filament, we always ship everything for free. So,
Oh, you don't even have like a $50 minimum like most people.
no, nope.
Oh no, I did not know that. I might have to borrow some more filament. I'm broke. I got no money. Hey, you guys. Matter of fact, thinking of that, we're gonna use that spam. Okay, let's go for the full roll or almost full roll of black. And the word is spam because I'm going to go with a joke that I read on Facebook today because it was funny. Have you guys seen the email from Hormel? Who makes spam? They said in 1937 they made their first batch of spam. And they're thinking with the world conditions right now, they're ready to start making the second batch. So
Did you guys see the Slice Engineering April Fools? Thought that was pretty clever.
Slice?
Did you see
I
it?
didn't see that one.
Yeah. It was just an announcement of a new hot end, and it had a super long heat break on it. I don't know. I thought it was good. I'm sure if you got to see the visual in order to really.
Was it a video or just a tweet or?
That was just a tweet.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't see it. I got them tweet. I got them on Twit. I follow them. Spam, 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 eggs and spam. And more spam. So what are you doing to that there log thing there, Chris? I asked you earlier and then we got sidetracked.
I am finishing up all of the 1.4, 1.4 Turbo, 2209, senseless homing, that whole suite of tutorials on how to get that done. I'm almost complete. So those will be out pretty soon.
I should have waited to plug mine in so I didn't blow it up like I did.
Well, you're in luck because Big Tree Tech is they're pretty good to me. So we have 5 of those boards for giveaway on Saturday. So the luck is pretty high. Somebody might win one.
So why don't you just give me one and I'll put yours in the giveaway. And
yeah, you could.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the board. It's just the driver that burned up. But now I'm scared of the other drivers. I don't know. I mean, why did it burn up? It was just sitting there. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I was playing with Marlon. I was getting ready to upload a new one. Also, flames shooting out of that thing.
Wow.
Flames. Like a foot long jetting out of the driver.
Whoa.
You didn't see that?
No.
What did I do with the driver?
Was it a 2209?
Yeah. Brand new. It's right here somewhere. It's cooked the whole top of it. But the board doesn't look bad. The little silver canistery, whatever, diode thing that's underneath it got a little black on it, but I rubbed it off with rubbing alcohol. It doesn't look damaged. So I'm getting ready to fire it up again pretty soon. But I'm more concerned about the drivers than the board.
No kidding. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah. Well, it is me. So,
well, you're good at this stuff.
I'm real good at not doing it right. But I can't see why it would, because I originally think it was, I have a feeling I was playing with the little pot adjusters and I didn't clip both pins. I only clipped one pin, and come to find out that second pin is the one that actually makes it go from being UART to whatever you call standard standalone.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it firmware to standalone, but that pin's there, so it's still UART. So I have a feeling when I started cranking that little pot adjuster, or whatever you call it, little screw thing, that it overjuiced itself. I'm hoping that's all I did. Otherwise, there's something wrong with the board, and the board's just feeding too much juice into the driver. Because the more I think about it, there's nothing that I could think of, and I don't know enough about them, so I could be totally wrong, but nothing that the driver should be doing on its own that could burn itself out.
Yeah.
The board has to be feeding it too much juice. It could feed juice out and overheat, but it wasn't even hot. I mean, I was just touching them like 30 seconds before that. They weren't even slightly warm. There was no motors plugged into them.
Huh.
And
Yeah, the ships have protection, so they should handle themselves. But yeah, I mean, I guess if the current was super high or something, maybe it just couldn't stand it. I don't know, but yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen that happen before.
Without
Mad
a motor
monkeys.
connected, I don't.
That's going to be a problem because I can't ship to you there, Jordan, unless you want to pay for the shipping on that. Otherwise, I got to re-roll it. You want to pay for the shipping there, Jordan? Because I can't. I'll send it to you.
Where is Jordan?
Canada.
Oh.
It sucks too because he's like right over the border, so it's stupid. He's literally, on the whole whatever you call it line. He's only like 20 miles north of me because he's down by the Great Lakes where it dips. Canada dips way down. You want it? I'll send it to you. If you want to work something out for shipping, I'll send it to you. Otherwise, I'm going to re-roll it and give it to someone. We'll figure something out. I'll get it to you somehow or another. Actually, you've ordered from IC3D before, haven't you? Didn't you have IC3D filament you were printing something with? There. Mad Monkey. Can you guys ship to Canada? Right.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, we
You gotta they do have to pay for shipping, right?
Yeah, it's a pain.
It's a pain. Yep, it's a pain. It's expensive. I mean, it's not even that hard to ship to Canada. It's just expensive. Jordan gets the big roll of black IC3D. We'll figure it out. If not, we'll just, on Saturday, I'll tell Chris to raffle off another one on his big giveaway. So who do you got involved on yours, Chris?
Wow. Printed Solid, Slice Engineering, Wham Bam, BQ, Big Tree Tech, and we've got some like Ron the Happy Extruder, Sergio from HV A to Z. He's donated stuff. Exo Slides. I know I'm leaving out some other people. I don't know. I had to go look at the list again, but there's been a lot of people. E3D was going to jump in, but they've kind of halted a lot of their manufacturing, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be kind of a mess, honestly. I put out that poll. I was like, well, you want to do it now and wait for me to send it to you, or do you want to do it later? I guess it really doesn't matter either way. You're going to be waiting.
Yeah.
But so I figured we just go ahead and do it Saturday, and when you get your stuff, you get your stuff. I'll just I'll try to keep track of it. But it's a lot of this stuff is going to be difficult, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's all right though, because like I said, it's like Christmas twice. You get all excited, hey, I won, and then 2 months later you forget all about it, and the box shows up at your door, and you're like, woohoo, I got it.
Right. So hopefully it goes well.
Like Christmas twice instead of just once.
There you go.
Yes, I am left-handed. Makes a lot of sense now. My little Fun King 3D t-shirt. Oh, that was fun. Dude, it took me like 2 hours to shave my head last night. My hair was so freaking long. I actually went at it like immediately with a razor, and I like pulled like about a half an inch, and the blade was just like yanking on my hair. I was like, oh crap, I gotta cut it with scissors first, man. There's no way I'm just gonna shave it. I forgot about that. Go outside, sitting on the porch, out in the cold, trying to cut my hair, with the raccoons and the possums all out there staring at me like, what the hell is this dumbass doing? Donate to school to buttdrum.com. No, why? You don't want it? If you don't want it, I'll just re-roll it. It's actually still up on the thing. I can just re-roll it. If you want it, we'll figure out a way to get it to you, Jordan. I don't care. It's up to you. What does it usually whack you? Do you know offhand, Ryan, to ship a roll to Canada? You got a clue?
No.
Right, for your bag.
I do shipping often, but it's not often to Canada, so I can tell you.
Yeah. I'm having a feeling it's gonna be like $40 or $50.
I wouldn't think that much. I think in the 20s would be my guess.
20s? No, it's gonna be more than that. We did it to ship one of these little ones to Viking in wherever he is, Norway. One of my little, one of your little 100 grammers. It was like $65. Like, yeah, that ain't happening. Yeah, you can't even get to the border. I can't even leave the state right now. I literally cannot leave the state. You get on the highway and you try and leave Connecticut and go to New York, Massachusetts, or Rhode Island, which are states around us, and the cops will stop you and turn you around and make you go home.
Wow.
You cannot leave the state. Well, we're right on the edge of the epicenter. New York is, Connecticut's closer to most of New York City than most of New York is. And it's just like they're not doing it. I don't know.
Isn't that where they lived in Who's the Boss? Angela worked in the city and she lived in Connecticut.
Who's the boss? Oh, yeah, I think so. Yep. Yeah. That was like Greenwich or something, though. That's like I'm on the other side of Connecticut. Actually, I'm about halfway. I'm right at the Connecticut River. I'm right on the crook of the Connecticut River in the Long Island Sound. I'm all water around me and swamps and crap. Yeah, we're not actually on lockdown. We can move around. You just can't leave the state. I can move around in-state all I want. I just can't leave the state. And they'll let you through. They're just going to ask you a bunch of questions. Like, my brother was going to come down, and he's just like, you know what? I'd love to go see Dad one last time, but it's just not worth the stress and energy and blah, blah, blah. So there's that. $81 US for fulfillment and free shipping. 54 Canadian to UPS to hand it to me. What's that?
Wow.
$54 and
All right,
shipping
fellas.
for $81 worth of filament. Is that what you say?
Yep. I'm gonna go on the other side and feed some more filament into some machines. But I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, see what everybody was doing.
Just hanging out.
Hanging out.
Green screening. Making fun of Glenn.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
I'm Glenn,
I'm Xander.
and together we're Fun King 3D.
It just makes me laugh every time.
That's gonna haunt me for a while.
I sent it to Glenn, because I didn't want to do anything that, he hadn't seen before.
Right.
Not that it'd be a problem. He knows I'm not going to do anything stupid, but I wanted him to see it. I get this big text back. That's freaking creepy.
It is kind of creepy.
Oh, it is kind of creepy. Well, it's just I can do creepy stuff, I guess. I mean, look at your little you. That's creepy.
Yeah, that's true. I do have my own 3D printed head.
You never seen that, Ryan? I model people's heads every once in a while. I did a Walter and I did a Chris Riley, and I've done some. What else did I do? Oh, I did some Fun King 3D heads, and anyway, I did a Chris Riley with the hair, and it's like the way his eyes are and everything. It looks like he's like, I'm not sure if he's a zombie or if he's just dead. It's kind of creepy.
So what do you use for organic modeling?
I used to use Sculptress because here's Walter on a toilet with a bobblehead.
All right, guys, I'm stepping out. I'll talk to you
later, Chris. Thanks for stopping
Right,
in.
Chris.
I used to use Sculptress, but it's so old now it won't even run on the computer. The computer just comes up and says it's too old. It's got to be 64-bit, and I don't even think it's 32. I think it's a 16-bit program. It's old. So I have ZBrush Core. I find it kind of complicated. Not ZBrush Core. Sculptress was nice because you had a ball and you had like 4 brushes. Push, pull, seam, crease. Move. That was it. And you grabbed the ball of clay and it was just like you were going, and you could do stuff with it. I did some really nice stuff with it. ZBrush is like push control while holding option, release control, move your mouse, click the button, blah, blah. You got to do like 20 steps. And that's just to move the, model like 2 inches across your screen. I'm like, what? I don't know how anyone works in ZBrush. And everything is like not, your standard like file, edit, view, all your little menus. They're all like anywhere they wanted to put them. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I spend a lot of time in Fusion, but
yeah, I do too.
I never do any organic. I sculpt physically, with clay and things like that. So I'd like to get into it, but I don't really spend much time making organic models, and I'd like to.
Yeah. Well, right now I think ZBrush and ZBrush Core are doing the whole pandemic discount, and I think they're giving you like 2 months free to try ZBrush.
Oh yeah. Well, but then you have to start paying for it, right? I think I just learned Blender, right?
ZBrush Core has all the basic. There's really not a lot of difference. ZBrush has a lot of real fancy stuff, but Sculptress, which I used to use, is now incorporated in ZBrush Core and ZBrush. And ZBrush Core is only $130. That's it. You're done.
Oh, so it's not a subscription. It's just
you can do the subscription. It's $9.99 a month or $130. And $130 is lifetime upgrades.
Wow.
They've upgraded. I bought it like 5 years ago.
No one does that anymore.
No. Well, they do that with ZBrush too. Regular ZBrush is either or, which I like. They're not like Adobe, where it's, we're going to mortgageware. I call it hostageware because, if you don't decide not to pay, or you can't pay that month, all your files are useless because you can't open them anymore. Everyone's like, you can still access them. And I mean, no. If you save anything in Photoshop format or in Illustrator format, and you don't have another program that can open it, sure, you could use Affinity or one of those, but it's never open the same. You're screwed. Your work's gone.
Yeah. My background's in graphic design, and I gave up on Adobe probably 12 years ago, something like that. Yeah, and like you said, I'm using the Serif stuff, the Affinity.
That's what I use.
Suite.
I use Affinity.
It's great.
Paint and draw. I like it better.
Yeah, it's great.
They're on sale right now too. They're half price right now.
Well, I already paid full price.
Huh?
I paid full price a long time ago.
Yeah, I did too. You know what? Full price was what, $50? I think I paid $39.95 for. I
think $39.95.
Yeah.
Each. And I've got all three. There's Designer also. So
I never bothered with Designer. The page
Publisher.
layout.
Designer, Publisher, and Photo. Right.
Yeah, I don't have whatever. I don't have the page layout one. What one do I have?
Yeah.
I have, because right here, Designer is the Illustrator and Photo is the Photoshop one.
Yeah.
And I like them better generally. There's a couple of, I don't like the move, like moving with Photoshop. I can just use the wheel and it'll shift around or zoom in and out depending on what I'm doing. Where theirs is kind of, you got to do the key. It's a weird, it's just different. And I think I can reset the, key, whatever you call them.
Right, the hotkeys.
The hotkeys, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I do a lot of it on my iPad now with the Apple Pencil and everything. So I'm moving with my offhand. And
you actually like that Apple Pencil? Is it really worth the $100?
No. Depends how much you use it and how you get used to it. It is natural once you like if you get a paper-like surface for the iPad, it does feel like you're drawing with a pencil, but yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. See, what I would like to do is if I were going to do it, I'd look at it like I could do that instead of a Cintiq, because the iPad Pro with the pencil is as accurate as one of those Wacom Cintiqs.
Yeah.
And you can plug it into your screen, so you still have the big
Oh,
screen,
sure.
and you still have the image, so you're drawing right on it like you do a Cintiq, but you can have the big image on your screen at the same time, which the Cintiq will do also. But the Cintiq's what, $3,000 for the little one and like $4 or $5 for the big one? Where the iPad is $1,000 with the pencil, but that's still half the price of the Cintiq.
The last Wacom I had was so long ago, it didn't even have a screen on it, and it was still like $400.
Yeah,
I mean, those
they
things are.
actually come down, because that's how I got ZBrush. Is I just had one of the little ones.
Yeah.
I had the big ones. I didn't like the big one. Hated it. It was too big. Took up your whole damn desk. You couldn't use it.
Yeah.
Pain in the butt. I actually had a monoprice one for a long time that I actually liked. It was like, I think it was a 10-inch instead of the 9-inch. It was a little bit bigger than that, not much, but it worked beautiful. The problem is they never updated the software. So, Mac OS updates. People don't realize that they're on the Windows side of things. Mac OS updates like 2-3 times a year. They just update it. They don't tell it, it's not like Windows where they make a big commotion of it. It's like, here's a new update. Just download it. Have a nice day.
Right.
It's not like you have to buy it or do oh my God, my computer's going to stop and die. It comes up and says, hey, we got a new OS. Would you like to use it?
Yeah. Still takes a while to download it and install it and all that stuff. But pretty much nothing ever breaks anymore. It used to be big software updates. You were afraid, which one of what apps aren't going to work anymore, and things like that. But it's pretty seamless.
Yeah, the newest Apple did that to me, because that's when the last OS. That's when I can't use Sculptris anymore. I can't use Audacity anymore. I can't use. I don't know. I lost like 6 or 8 because there is literally nothing 32-bit that will run on a Mac now if you're running the current OS.
Oh, right.
It has to be 64-bit app. A lot of old games that I didn't care about the games much because I hadn't played them in 10 years probably, but just a lot of stuff. And I'm getting the Wacom drivers haven't been updated yet, so it's kind of flaky. They said, it'll run. They gave me a patch for it. They said it'll run. We got to update the driver, but it's flaky. My trackball's a little flaky right now too. Both of them are 32-bit. Actually, I think
everyone's always slow with their drivers for Mac because it's just
Apple doesn't small fast enough. They keep it all secret right up until the very last minute. Then they push it out to them like a month before they release it to the public, and they're supposed to fix everything in a month to match the Mac OS. It just don't work.
Oh, right.
Especially Mac OS, because anyone that does programming knows Mac OS is a pain in the ass to program for.
Oh,
which is why it's good for the user.
Isn't it still like some kind of version of Unix or something like that? I thought. Yeah.
It's based on Linux, Unix, whichever one.
Yeah.
Whack the llama. Whack 'em tablet. So do you want that roll there, frickin' Jordan, or not? Never did get a straight answer from you. Yeah, we'll figure it out. If you don't want it, I'll just give it away on a different stream. Send it to somebody. Make some. Maybe I'll make some frickin' face shields out of it. Although PLA isn't great for that.
Yeah, how many people are printing PETG for the first time? I mean, wow. It's I love PETG. It's my favorite.
Hate printing it.
I was back in the day when it was the basically ABS and PLA were your only options. I was team ABS. So when PETG came out, I was like,
See, I printed
the
a bunch of
train.
ABS when I first started because, again, there was no PETG.
yeah,
And everyone's like, oh, get PETG because it's easier to print than ABS. ABS is way easier to print than PETG. I'm sorry. It's easier to tune in. It's easier to set up. It's the only thing you got to worry about is it popping off the bed.
yeah, and
But
you can
actually
squish
printing,
ABS.
it's
You can't
easier.
squish PETG. That's
Yeah.
generally once you get over that hurdle, you get your flatbeds are a bigger thing for PETG.
I actually got some of your PETG.
We have great PETG.
What do I have of yours? I think I got a yellow and whatever my quadcopter is, except for the orange, because back then Sean was doing everything, and I could not get him to send me some of the. You guys made the mystery orange, which I think was actually for printed solid.
Mm-hmm.
And he was publicizing it, and at the very same time, I was building this thing, and I wanted the orange for the front of it. These were orange, and I couldn't get them to send me any, so I ended up using that's Amazon's basic PETG, and what did that last 2 or 3 months, and they got rid of it. They said they don't even make it anymore, do they?
I
think they're using
Overture. They
Overture.
discontinued something. Was it PETG? Yeah.
No, there is no Amazon basic filament anymore.
Oh, I thought they
Overture.
Not at all. Huh. Wow.
As far as I know.
Pretty cool spools. I like their spools.
Yeah. It wasn't bad filament either. This is all. This yellow is yours. I think you got a blue of yours. That's both PETG, because this is the only thing I print PETG, and it's not because everyone's like, oh, it's for the crash. PLA is actually stronger. It's stiffer.
Yeah.
The one thing I have found out is PETG is a good bit lighter. It's
the density is pretty close.
I shouldn't say it's a good bit. It adds up when you're doing quadcopters. I have this exact same frame here somewhere in PLA, and it's about 12, 13 grams heavier, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is for this. Because the legs are PLA. Everyone's like, "Oh, why aren't you going to break them?" They're
that 70D TPU is great for drones.
That's what I was thinking. Like, you
can crash it.
You want to send me some, off colors, half rolls? I'll test it for you. I'll make. This is what I do. This is what got me into printing, because I was going to print quadcopters. I have tons of broken quadcopters because I am terrible at flying them. So they break a lot.
Do you do the FPV or no? You do FPV?
No, I do stupid little crap like this. Like these I keep breaking because what I do is how I actually learned to fly. When I first started this, again, a long time ago, they told you not to buy a big one. They said, go buy one of these little things and try and fly it under your ceiling fan. You will quickly learn how to fly.
Yeah.
And you do, because it's really, really hard to fly under a ceiling fan. Really hard. And, keep it stable and everything. And everybody, I can't tell you how many times I went, and then, it starts pushing it down, so you over throttle it up, and then all of a sudden impact into the blades, and the freaking quadcopter shooting across your road. Yeah, I got it.
It's a great reason to get into RC though, because everything RC is breaking constantly, and you can just
I got cars and
make it yourself.
I'm constantly breaking stuff because that's the other thing is I'm wondering how stiff can I actually make like car frame parts out of that TPU, because that's originally why he sent me the PC Plus. He's thinking I have a RC car that I've just beaten the snots out of. It's like and I was going to make treads and do the whole wheel things. He's like, you should be able to make the gears and the drivetrain and everything, and then make like a TPU tread that you can snap onto it. He's like, I think that PC Plus might hold up. Let's try it. So he sent me a roll, and I just never got around to it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're not sending anything out that is extracurricular right now, but keep reminding me, and it might just happen.
Yeah, I'd like to try that.
Yeah, it's neat.
Is that going to be like outrageously expensive, or is it going to be like PLA, PETG priced?
It's up on the website right now. It's not outrageous, no. But I'm not sure. And even if you ordered it right now, we probably wouldn't be able to ship it.
I got no money anyway, so I can't order anything right now.
Yeah. I'll see if I can.
I literally cannot order anything.
We need beta testers.
PLA, PETG, TPU 70D, right?
Yeah.
It's like a hard
$38.99.
So it's $40, basically, which isn't cheap, but it's not Tolman price.
It's neat stuff, though. We did actually think about trying to print out like a spike and drive it through a piece of wood or something, but
yeah,
we weren't.
That's too flexible, isn't it?
It depends how thick you make it. I think that it'll at least handle the impact. It's just what the geometry is like as far as if it could.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go through the wood just because it's flexible, so it's going to flex instead of cut. It's
near though. I think that the durometer of PETG is in the 80s so 82D, something like that, and this is 70D. So it won't give anybody problems with Bowden extruders, or you don't have any kind of special hardware or anything like that. It's just
you should be able to print it like normal. It's just
you can print it like normal.
Give to it, so if you drop it on the floor, it won't just shatter like PLA or PET does.
Yeah, we've literally smashed it with hammers and things like that. It's pretty neat. I think
it's bizarre because you think of TPU and you think of ultra flexible, and now you're talking about basically a stiff plastic that's a TPU.
Right. It's not. It can be really flexible, but it also has really good layer bonding characteristics, and of course, since it'll move if it needs to, then it's high impact resistance. I think the temperature resistance isn't great. I think it might be a little bit lower than PETG, but still up near boiling, I'd guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. You print it at actually kind of a low temperature, right? 250.
Yeah, 240, I think, is about what I was printing it at.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Our PETG prints really hot, so to us, that's
your PLA does too, kind of.
That's pretty manageable. Yeah, I've heard that
too.
Yeah.
Print your PLA at about 210. And I usually do like 205-ish, 200 for most PLAs, and I print yours at 210. I don't even think about it. It's like IC3D 210.
Yeah. Yeah, we we test everything in house, since we have a print shop. But it's hard to compare when we're using like 2.4 millimeter nozzles and super volcanoes and hardware that most people don't use. So usually they don't really even know what it would print at, except that like I take it home and we do testing on normal desktop machines also, but they print at crazy high temperatures because they're doing really high flow applications. So we were messing around with a recycled PETG, and it prints at like PLA temperatures. It's funny, the recycling process seems like it it's shortening the polymer chains, and somehow that I think makes it less viscous and prints at much lower temperatures.
Really?
It's really interesting. Have you ever? A couple of other companies have recycled, like
Something green.
oh,
That's
Green
all they
Gate.
do.
Is that what their name is? Green
Yeah.
Gate, I want to say. Yeah, they were at Earth printing at like 190 or something like that, I think.
With PETG. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that you might as well just get PLA at that point. But I like the idea of recycling.
Right. Yeah. So it's.
I mean, I would, if it wasn't ridiculous, technology wise right now, I'd have a little freaking grinder and be chewing up all my, supports and stuff and just making some
Right.
mud gray black scrap filament out of it.
Right.
It's just going to come out mud brown or gray when you mix all your colors together. But who cares when you're doing demo parts or,
Yeah.
prototyping?
Yes. Did you see Stefan at CNC Kitchen was grinding up parts and using a pellet extruder?
That video.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to rip that thing right off the table.
I
Good
think those
workout, man.
pellet extruders are really interesting. We were working with the guys at Dyes a little bit, and I always wonder how retractions work with a pellet extruder. I don't know how could you, there's no filament to pull up and do a retraction. Is there it's just no such thing? I don't know. I always thought that was interesting because pellet extruders are, they could be really cool. Resin is a lot cheaper than filament, and then also being able to reuse your failed prints and whatever
Actually, you
can
would
save
say
you
the
a ton of
resin
money.
costing them more than a filament just because there's no small volume availability. Like for you to buy, a freaking train load is one thing because you use it, but for him to buy a
Right.
little bag to cost him more than the regular filament does. Again, because of volume availability.
Yeah. Well, we actually sell resin. I think people use it for other uses. Like we were thinking cornhole bags or something like that, but yeah, we do sell resin, and I think we've even sold master batch with resin for some people that have, called in and
Yeah, well, I'm
asked for it in
assuming
particular.
Printed Solid gets it from you, doesn't he? Not that you need to tell us because he's trying to keep it quiet. I know he's. He flat out said he's buying his resin from somewhere. They're mixing the colors and everything, pre-mixing them for him.
No, we made the first Jesse stuff.
Yeah, I know you
Solid. Yeah, no, he's not buying. I think he uses maybe the same company for master batch, so that the colors, are pretty much the same as what the original Jesse was.
That's what that is. That's Mystery Orange Jesse 2.0.
Yeah. That's good stuff. And you can watch him make it. We visited after Earth. Yeah.
Actually, that's how I got into it because Chris Warkaki had him on a live stream when he was making it some night at like 2:00 in the freaking morning.
Right.
They were BSing and he was going over the stream and they were just giving away random rolls that were, and I won one of them. And I'm like, holy crap, this is pretty good. Yeah. How much is it? He goes, $19. I'm like, dope.
Yeah, American. That was always his
dream.
Plan was to be able to. His dream.
I still don't see. I mean, I get like you guys have to mark it up, blah blah blah, because the world, and he doesn't have to because he's not reselling, he's not doing anything with it. But $19, man, watching him make that and how long it takes to make a roll, he can't be making any real money on that.
I don't know what his formula is, but we would have a really hard time. I mean, even just offering, like 20% discounts and things like that, gets us very close on margins. I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's not even the costs. I mean, I don't know exactly what they are, but I can, I've done business and construction, and I know material costs, and I could probably figure it out in no time, get approximations. But it's the time he spends making it that, especially someone like him, his time is money. He's not. And he doesn't, from what I understand, it's him. He doesn't have an employee that he's paying, $19, $20, $25 an hour. It's him. And he, he's running the company. So his time isn't $19, $20, $25 an hour. His time is $50, $60, $100, $200 an hour.
Yep.
So,
well, I mean, he loves what he does. So,
I think he does it because he likes doing it.
Yeah, that's it.
To be honest, I get the impression that if he could, printed solid would be like somebody else's problem, and he would just sit there and make filament all day long and nothing else, and probably play with his laser cutters now and again. And
he'd be definitely.
Happy. I get the feeling he's much more. He's like I am. He's much more happy doing the hands-on stuff than he is the business.
Well, he definitely loves the lasers. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's what started with Gordon, right? Gordon actually hired him, whatever, for the laser cutting, didn't he?
I'm not sure, but yeah, I think that was his former life was.
Anyway, well, it's almost 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, I should go see if any of my family is still awake and say good night to them. But thanks for having me on here, and I'm glad that
thanks for being
here. We could help you out. I hope that I want to see that printer when it's done. And are you going to use any of the you'll use some of the black for some parts maybe?
Yeah, and I got this. I'll use whatever this is.
Okay.
This was the very end of it.
I'd like to see it.
The roll, so I'm keeping this one. I'll use some of this. I mean, it may not end up on it because knowing me, I'll print the part 5 times before I get it right, kind of deal.
Sure.
Where I'm designing it from scratch. But yeah, there'll be parts color, black, this. I might actually save this till I know I'm doing a final part and print it out of this. Dude, some of those parts, I'm not kidding. I would love to see that color made. It's just that slight tint of blue on a clear.
Oh, you should.
So pretty.
You should be when you're making filament. That happens all the time, and it's kind of torturous. You see these really cool colors that you can't actually ever get back to, because how do you figure out that exact percentage or mixture of
transitioning between one and another?
Yeah. There's no way to do it. So it can be fun though sometimes, like making the alien ooze and things like that. We got to play around with percentages because it was a translucent, and
that's right. You had alien ooze. You made ripcords too, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep.
I got some of that. I forgot about that. I got some ripcord red or something in there.
Yes. Yeah. Ripcord and Alien 3D. Alien has a whole line. We don't make everything of his, but
no, I know you get the Hello 3D
ooze,
China.
The alien ooze and the probed green and the ooze pet G. We make those for them. They're fun.
You make those alien colors. The rest of them are all. I'm pretty sure he said they're Hello 3D because he doesn't keep a secret. He's very open with everything he does. That's why I like Josh. It's because
man, Josh is awesome.
He just doesn't.
One of the best.
He's like, I do this. I make a few bucks. I'm not getting rich off of it. I order this from these guys and this from these guys and this from these guys, and this is how it goes. And I don't know if you've been watching his Twitter where he's been fighting with like 3 or 4 companies in the last 2 weeks that are trying to screw him over.
I have. And everybody's behind him. He's like, oh, I don't, sorry, everybody has to hear this, but everyone's behind him, Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he gets 1 or 2 douchebags. Every once in a while, you'll see him post one of his little douchebag responses.
Well, That just means he's made it big, right?
Yeah. It's like TH3D. I always love watching TH3D streams because he'll call out real morons like all the time. They'll leave a review, a bad review. And I love the latest one. He's like, oh, I ordered this fan and it was, supposed to be ultra quiet. And, there's sun on. He orders sun on fans. And, they're nice fans. They're actually pretty decent fans. They're comparable, or I actually think they're better than the Nocturas. They're quieter and you definitely get more airflow out of them for the same size, blah, blah, blah. Mm. And these people leave this bad review and it was going really loud and it was fast and then it just burned up. And he lists it as, because it says what the item is. It says 20 or 12 volt fan. And then he says on my Ender 3, which is a 24 volt printer. I'm wondering why a 12 volt fan burned up.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah,
there's your problem.
Yeah, it was going really fast and really loud, and then went spoof because you did a dummy, and then you're bitching at him for it. It's like, it just don't. I mean, I've done those stupid things. I've blown up. People have seen it. I've smoked boards on live streams because I'm a dumbass. I am not good at wiring or the electronics. I can build frames all day long. I'll design you the most bizarre looking stupid piece of crap if you want, or the nicest. I'm good at the mechanics of it. When it comes to actually plugging them wires in and knowing, which motor goes to what, nope. That's when I call Chris Riley or Chris Warcocky or go, what am I doing here? And I still.
Well, I heard you were playing around with the idea of making a like a cube style, since you had extra extrusion. I think you should make a Core XY.
I have a big
Core XY is.
See,
I like it.
I've been looking, and here's the thing: I have a big ass Core XY right here, like real big. That one.
Oh yeah.
That's all 100% me. I designed that from scratch. It took me 3 years to build that thing. I literally designed every single part on it.
That looks great.
Yeah, it's all right.
300 millimeter, or how big's the bed?
I have it 300 because after like spending almost $1,000 building and then taking it apart and then rebuilding because I screwed something up and then almost $1,000 into it back when I was making money and can't afford a bed for it. Yeah, I could do I could probably put a 500 bed. That was my whole thing. When you build a box frame, okay, and you build a Core XY, everybody's putting all the parts inside the frame. So you're building this big, 500 millimeter frame, but you're only getting 250 millimeters of print space because all the hardware is inside that frame.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Screw that. I'm going to put all the hardware outside. I'm never going to enclose it. I don't care about enclosures. I don't want to print ABS or anything like that. I don't want to print, PLA and PETG, and that's all I care. I just want to be able to print big. So I said, I'm going to move everything on the outside. And that's what I did. Everything on that is on the outside. So it's a 500 square, and I could probably get about 450 of actual printed area cubed if I really wanted to, but I can't because I can't afford a bed for it. So it's got a little 300 millimeter bed on it right now.
But a big old silicone mat like that, yeah.
But the thing I found, and we were discussing this the other night, if I'm going to build another box frame, I'd probably do, I don't know what they call it. I call it the X frame that like Ultimaker uses.
Mm-hmm.
Because I found the biggest problem with the Core XY and all the belting is not the actual belt stretching. It's all them freaking pulleys. If one of those is a little loose and the bearing goes bad, or, that's true of any of them, but on that, it's multiplied so much worse if one of those is just a teensy bit out, or you got a bad pulley, or you did like I did at first and bought cheap ass Amazon, bag of pulleys for $4. They all wobble. Put a whole bunch of wobbling pulleys on and watch that Core XY go because it won't go. It goes all the way down. I'm like, what the hell? I'm thinking I'm binding. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna find out it was just all the pulleys on one side I had were all just slightly out of round because they were the cheapo Amazon ones. And as the pulleys wobbled, it pulled oddly on the. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. If every time that goes out now, I don't even look at the belts. I look at the pulley. I figure out which pulley I've got that burned out or wore out, or the screw that's holding it moved, or something broke, or because that's 90% of the time I found with the Core XY, it's the pulley, not the belts. The belts don't.
My first Core XY used Spectraline. You know what that is?
Why am I thinking it's a fishing line?
It's fishing line. Yeah, it's like a like the ocean.
I saw something
really
do that
high.
for a Z-Rise.
I don't know. The printer was called a Print Cube. So this was my first printer.
That.
Yeah. It was funny. It had little spindles.
The whole thing was string. The Z was string too, right? Or was it lead string?
I think the Z was a threaded rod.
Oh, I saw one where it was like the Z, and it wasn't just like a loop that went up and over. It was like an old-fashioned multiple pulley system, so it went slower. It was actually kind of cool, but it was just like fishing wire. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's like
it was a thing for a little while.
That was a long time ago.
Yep.
Long.
So I've been on the Core XY train for a while.
Uh-oh, Brian's drinking. You know what, Brian? Maybe I'll join you. Brian, you want to jump in?
I finished my my scotch. So.
Oh, you were drinking the whole time? I was trying not to drink yet. Because I guess, as these guys well know, you can ask anyone, "Hey guys, what happens when I start drinking? Do I get stupid on stream?" Watch, it's going to be, yes, dumbass. On the chat. But I have rum and coke right here.
It's 10 o'clock, Tom, so I should probably get off.
All right.
But
I was going to
thank you for inviting me.
If you want to hop in, Brian, I'll stay a while longer. It's time for me to drink. I am going to take the green screen down though, because it's driving me nuts.
I'll try to watch the replay.
Yeah. 30 times of me playing that stupid video.
So
it was
good evening.
Later, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for all the filming too, man.
Sure.
Oh, Mad Monkey's here. Let's pop him in.
Hey,
Jordan, what's up? Now it's definitely time to drink because Jordan's here.
And I was just gonna say bye to Ryan, and then he froze, and now he's pointing at the camera, and that's all we got.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him.
He probably went, "Oh, it's time to go."
Yeah.
Hey, BV3D.
You have replaced a Ryan with a Brian.
Is it a B Ryan?
So, what are we gonna do with that roll of filament there, Brian?
I don't know. I don't know. I got here like 15 minutes ago.
Jordan,
what roll of filaments?
I said give it to Buttrion, but Buttrion was being a Buttrion, so give it to Brian.
All right, Brian, you want to roll a filament?
Okay.
There. Paying it forward to my American brethren.
I don't know if I got enough money for shipping for everybody. I know I got a bunch because of emails. I got like 10 emails and all people donating for shipping, but I have a feeling it's still not enough.
Oh, let me know what shipping is. I'll pay for it.
It should be. Well, it's a full roll.
Okay.
Just a kilo of filament from north to south.
It's actually not. Let me rephrase that. It's not a full roll, which is
it's a full size spool.
Yeah.
What's on it is variable.
Yeah. He says they're just short of,
So what we were trying to say, Llama, that because of the chat being delayed to the real things, you ship that to me, okay? Let's say it cost you $25 to ship it to me.
Be right back.
It's more than that.
Let's just say it is. When it gets to me, I'm probably going to have to pay $30.
Oh, right. I forgot because you got to pay the freaking tariff.
That's your duty as a Canadian.
That's my duty. So I got to pay taxes. But like the best is FedEx. I just put it away the other day.
On estimated value. So if I wrote on it was worth like $5.
Then it's a little bit better. So when Tanny sent me the 3 kilos from Zealtech, he didn't put the retail value of it. He put the what he paid for it. which is a whole lot less. So I had to pay like $9. But this was, so I got 3 kilos of filament FedExed, okay, from the States. It cost me $36.49. Only $3 of that was taxes. $15 of that is a clearance entrance fee. And $10 is I had to pay tax on their fee. So they charged me a fee of $10 for the privilege of them paying the bill for me at the border. Then it was $3 of tax on their charge. Then I had to pay $15 to get it across the border and paid $7 in tax for that as well. Like, it's stupid. Like,
You're paying taxes on fees on taxes.
yeah, like
You know what?
advancement fee, tax on that, clearance fee, but that's FedEx. So they charged me $10 for the privilege of loaning me money because they're making money too, right? That's the part that sucks. Like, the taxes, I don't care. I will pay my taxes on the product all day, every day.
Me too.
It's 13% of the value. So, like, it's not a big deal.
It's kind of a lot, but yeah.
It,
You guys don't have an income tax though, right? You just have a sales tax and that's that.
no, we got income tax too, man. This is Canada. We pay taxes for everything.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
But I also don't
Get
pay for
everything
healthcare.
free, too.
Well, you do because you pay taxes,
That's right. So it's one of those things that,
but it's spread out over everybody.
yeah. So garbage, schools, roads. Like, I don't have to pay an additional. I pay my property taxes, of course. I pay sales tax and I pay income tax. Well, I particularly don't because I don't work. But so you pay all the different taxes, and that's just how it goes. And I don't mind that. It's the $20, $30 fee for the privilege of charging me $20 to $30.
Yeah, it's a $20 or $30 fee on your taxes.
Yeah.
And
I don't mind. And again, I'm not trying to begrudge them making money. I mean, I think UPS should be making money as well. Part of that, though, is if you're shipping it to me, okay, you're paying $25. That's their fee. That's their money to deliver the product.
Yeah.
Not an additional thing for me.
Yep. That's what I don't get that.
Yeah, so like Mike said, the courier already got paid to send it. It's not like you drop it off at UPS and say, okay, have a great day, see ya, and they just charge me when it gets here.
Nope.
But
they
kind
get
of hoping
they get back fees and fines from Canada that they have to pay on top of what they charge me.
Depends. So if you send something USPS, that's Federal Postal, right? It'll
Federal.
Private entity, but
once it crosses the border, it crosses into our federal mail system.
Yep.
And Canada Post will deliver it. I have gotten stuff from Canada Post, hundreds of dollars in value, never paid a dime because of the way it was transferred over. I don't know what the system is. I don't know how it works, but the couriers, DHL is the worst. Doesn't matter whether you've paid in advance or paid over or done everything at a time. DHL, $25 at the door minimum. And they don't give you the product. They don't give it to you until you give them the money. At least with FedEx or UPS, they just send me a bill. And then depending on what the situation is, so if it's something like, let's say the BV3D channel is sponsoring something for me and they send me something, I could reach out to Brian and say, hey, they just charged me a bunch of money. And he'll say, okay, I'll cover the cost because I sent it to you for that purpose. That was the part that I loved. The one time I got something in the mail and I said to the guy, I'm like, I didn't order this. Why am I paying through the nose for it?
Looks like Llama's sheets are dry. You need to fold them, though, or they're going to wrinkle.
Brian, have you seen Llama's new intro?
I have not. I just got here.
I'm Glenn,
I'm Xander.
and together we're Fun King 3D.
The only downside to that llama is that when you play it for us in StreamYard,
I
your
had
mic
a
is
block over
muted.
the middle of it. I couldn't
Yeah, but it's him. It's this ding dong.
Oh, you guys got the muted thing too?
Yeah,
Right
in your face.
Because I deliberately, me and Glenn and Ryan were sitting in the thing. They're like, "Oh, we got to go," and I said, "No, I'm gonna wait and start the stream. 3-5 minutes late, so people are in here." 'Cause before anything, I played that. That was the first thing that I played, and everyone's like, "What the hell was that?"
That's funny.
I've been talking to Glenn about doing that for like 2 months. I've been wanting to because every year I either butch or shave my head right in the beginning of April.
Yeah.
Because I shave my head, or usually I just buzz it, and then I buzz it in September, and that's it. I cut my hair twice a year, and that's that.
Yeah.
And
I get my hair cut 4 times a year. I mean, you can tell in my videos, it gets long, and I got a video where it's short, like this. It's like, oh, Brian got a haircut.
Last week, to my shoulders. I mean, it's like freaking girl long. But it was
Frickin'
a
girl, not just girl.
Hour to cut my hair.
I still love that graphic that Graphit made for me. Graphit on Twitter, the intro that I use now. That is awesome.
That spinning thing?
Yeah, I love that thing.
I love that. I want a wicked intro for nothing. I just want.
It's like I went. It was just the graphic. It wasn't the music, and I went through iMovie and I found a good little jingle that would go with it. And I went through I had 10 of them. And I had them all made, and I kind of went through them, and I narrowed it down to that one. I really love that one.
That's awesome.
Why aren't you using the other one there? I got loaded right now, and now I can't even think of it. Final Cut instead of iMovie.
Because I don't know how to use it.
Do you have it?
I have it. I don't know how to use it.
I was going to say, Apple just released it for free for the next 2 months.
Oh,
you're all about what Llama knows. If you want to know
it.
what's been put out for free, just ask Llama. He is on it.
Well, I was following all that shit. I get all kinds of notices. I used to beta test for Apple back in the early days. I don't anymore, but I still could. I just got to redo the forum. But I used to beta test for them religiously all the time. I had all the latest, greatest Apple everything. They used to send me hardware and all kinds of crap back in the 80s and 90s.
Brian, did you see my new April Fool's joke?
No, show me.
Blue tape.
Look at this thing.
Wait, let me full screen it so I can see.
Giant.
It just looks like white little strips on it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how the bed on that thing is massive. I had to put it sideways. And the spool holder is all the way over here, and the control. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
It is an
Anycubic big ass printer.
Big ass printer. Anycubic Chiron.
It's nice.
Oh, you got that. That's right.
Came this morning.
I got a Sunlu S8. It was an Amazon return. Remember that?
Yeah, so was this.
I
think I found the problem of it real quick.
Oh, someone's been smoking a PTFE.
No kidding. It is bad. Focus.
No.
I didn't even bother. I just set it all up, tightened the wheels up, did everything, made sure everything was good. The part that stinks, there's a few things missing. Whatever. There's a really fancy leveling sensor that clips on. And I'm not going to use it in the long run because it's getting rebuilt anyways. The tweezers, those tweezers are amazing. I love getting those tweezers. The snips.
Tweezers.
That's about it. But this thing, it's huge.
Yeah, but isn't that big ass swinging bed kind of heavy and obnoxious and jittery and?
Well, right now it's shaking this whole wobbly platform. But I'm not too worried about that in the long run of things because eventually I'd like to convert it into a frame QB thing.
Charrized edition. I like that, Brennan. Pretty colors.
But
I like that Sunlu S8. There's not much that I don't like about it, but I think the two things that I don't like about it, I guess 3 things. 3 things that I don't like about it are 1, plain glass bed. 2, when they made the belt loops to hold the belts to secure them to the Y carriage.
they did it backwards.
They folded it smooth to smooth and zip tied it so that it loosens. And they did it on the X carriage too. I need to fix that on the X.
That's a favorite of mine.
Yeah. And then the third thing is I forgot because I've been drinking. So
how's the interface? Is it standard? Is it a touch screen? Is it the standard?
It's a standard 128/64 with the little wheel.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
what is the third thing that I hate about it? The position of the power switch and the power socket. It's like a CR10S something Pro where all the electronics are in that slanted box at the front.
Yep.
And not a separate box. So the power supply is in that box at the front. So the power port is at the front, and the power switch is right next to it. So the problem with that is if the printer is printing and you need to turn it off and the bed is moving back and forth, you have to stick your hand down where the bed can cut your fingers off.
Oh, that's
to turn it off
because it's narrow.
Yeah.
Right, because it's the narrow. But this one, now let me move this out of the way for a second. The power plug is right here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an awkward angle. Thank you. So the power plug comes in sideways, and this is the side of the printer. I've turned the screen sideways so that I don't. Normally, it's supposed to face that right direction. I just turned it sideways so that I could print sideways. But this thing needs.
Is your nightly view of the monkey pit?
Yes.
This thing needs from the back for where the bed would go all the way to home to the front bumper of the wheel, where the foot is 30 inches.
Wow. I want to say that the Sunlow S8 is like 24 inches deep, but it needs like a couple extra inches because of the cable coming off the bed.
Yeah, this one I could get away with maybe 28, but it might be touching the wall at that point when it homes. So I don't know. I'm thinking of moving the Ender over, the Anycubic over to here, and putting this in the corner. But oh man, it's heavy. It's a big printer.
I've had 3 drinks so far. Should I have another or should I stop?
You should have another.
Dude, let me ask you this.
Goddamn peer
I haven't
pressure.
stopped going all day.
Last day you weren't wearing sweatpants.
Hey, I'm wearing shorts. I've worn shorts 2 days.
Same. It is 82 degrees in this office.
I had to go to the office last night and fix the up arrow key on my boss's laptop.
The up arrow key?
The up arrow key. Well, it's got a MacBook, and you know those keyboards. The recent keyboards where they've got like that much key travel on them.
One thing I probably will never ever buy again is another Apple Mac laptop. I've had a few of them, and their laptops are just crap.
He got a crumb or something under that freaking arrow key, and he couldn't press the arrow key. So I went up there with my rubber gloves and kind of pried the corner of the keycap up with a little blade. Got the obstruction out from under it and got it working. So that was good. Because the alternative is migrating him to a whole other computer and sending his other one in for repair for
Did you get hazard pay for that?
No, I didn't. I sanitized my hands. There's hand sanitizer at the office. And the office is only like 4 hours away. 4 minutes away. Thanks, Booze.
Thanks, Booze.
Time loses all meaning.
Was it a scissor key or was it a spongy rubber key?
It's just one of the scissor keycaps, but there was something under it. Something got stuck under it.
Yeah, it's what I don't like about the scissor key. I like typing with them better. That's what this is. It's an Apple, with the scissor.
Yeah,
key.
I like Dan's comment about drinks.
Yeah,
why stop at one when you can stop at one more?
So this thing's got one of those Titan clones on it.
T-clone.
Yeah, it works great. I'm going to move it to the i3 Mega instead, though, because what's going on here is going to be a whole lot of special.
Yeah, my Solo SVL1's got a Titan clone on it, and that's nice.
Your whole
the Sunlow S8 is, it's like a giant Ender 3. It's still got the Bowden system on it. But it's 310 by 310 by 400 tall.
That's good, Brian.
It's my biggest printer now, and I got it free. And it had never actually been taken out of the box, as far as I could tell.
This one had been used because there was filament jammed in it, obviously.
Yes.
So it needed a little bit of loving, and then I scratched the crap out of the bed, so that was fun. But I got it working better, and it is now my biggest printer at 400 by 400 by 450.
Ooh.
Like I could probably print with the Ender 3 on the bed. If I raise the gantry up, I could put the Ender right on the bed of it.
So in next week's video, assuming I don't bump that S8 kind of first impression / review video for something else topical, next week's video is the S8 review. And in there, because it's the biggest thing I've got, I kind of came to the realization that I need to print something epically large on it. So I'm going to pin a comment at the top of the comment section asking, what should I print? So y'all be thinking about what kind of big thing that isn't a penis that I should print.
0.8 millimeter nozzle.
Yep.
And do.
I've only got a 0.4.
Okay, so get a 0.8. It's not hard. You live in Texas. Call Zealtech and order one up. I got tons, a few. That was the one nice part about this printer is it came with a bag of assorted nozzles.
Yeah. That's what I got. Those were fun to play with. I mean, I bought, once I decided on sizes, I got micro splits nozzles, but I bought that stupid bag from Amazon where you get 2.1s, 2.2s, 2.3s, 2.4s.
Yeah. What are you going to do with a 0.1 millimeter nozzle besides print?
Actually, I think it's a
no. Brian, this package is labeled 0.8, 0.7, 0.4, 0.6, 0.5. Like, they did every
to
1 increment.
Yeah, but if you have a 0.1 nozzle, you can just print 0.4 with PETG and get 0.1. You just get the little strings everywhere.
I don't like Kit's answer because I was going to tell you to print a giant Pikachu. or a low poly Moai or something like that.
A long time ago, a couple of years ago, I printed a big low poly Pikachu in glow in the dark filament, and he's probably 160 millimeters tall, and he's pretty cool. But he takes up a lot of space. I'm thinking about printing Chris's Earthworm Jim, but
what you should for the epically large print though is what you should do is that you should do a 0.8 millimeter single wall so that do like a 0.3 layer height so that you're nice and fat walls and squishy, but not crazy high get.
Cane Walker.
And then do like something so hollow. Find a model you can do hollow so you don't use up as much filament, but do like a giant low poly Moai or a giant Phil or
Moai. At the time of my life.
You can't really get away with a big benchy hollow.
No, you have to turn the whole model up one end.
Yeah.
Do the Moai with the Kleenex coming out of his nose. I like that.
Oh, I got the perfect thing, Brian. Josh's Alien, because it does print hollow.
Yes.
Use some filaments from the green guy himself, and now you have a sponsored video. Winner. Gang yell.
I don't want to print a coronavirus. I'm afraid of catching that thing. Kids says print a coronavirus.
I've got one upstairs. The kids stole it. They like to play with it.
Print the one with a face on it.
Nibbly.
Yeah, I'm not viruses. I probably already have it anyway, so I've had a sore throat and a headache for like 2 days straight now.
That spool's got like 4 wraps left on it, so I'm trying to push out as many of these face mask straps as I can now. That has become.
I had somebody commented on my Alien 3D March unboxing, and they were asking, what can I print with one of these filament samples? And so I kind of looked around to see what I could do. And you can print one of these nice clock spring roller boxes, including the lid. You can print 3 of Luby 3D's Aria dragons, 4 Benjis, 8 Calicats, 13 XYZ cubes, or one of Fab 365's new folding Easter egg that I bought for $4 today.
You spent way too much thinking about that.
I thought it would make an interesting video, though.
You know what, though? I think it is actually rather interesting because a lot of times people are seeing these videos and going, okay, and people talk about it all the time online. You see it like, okay, what good can you really do with a sample?
Yeah.
What I think would be interesting to see too, Brian, is if you could use it to make some kind of practical items.
Josh is asking why I haven't sent him this list because the list is on a sheet of paper right now, Josh.
Like
I scribble down video ideas and then I never make them. But
one of these USB stick holder things. See if you can find one that'll get down in size or
battery holder.
I can just design one. I mean,
Yeah,
a USB A port it's the specific size. So
like something like that's rather functional might be kind of cool.
I wonder how many of my desktop trash cans I could print. I'll check and see.
A big one, Brian, on your printer.
That's what I was saying. Do a massive trash walker.
I started it. Okay, so I have a 330% garbage can for the trash walker.
Yeah.
And then I worked it out that I would need 4 more kilos of material to finish the whole thing. But this was like early on in my 3D printing days, and I didn't have 4 kilos to spare. And I said, okay, I'm done. That's good. Now I'm using up spare filament to print PPE. These are the new ones that are happening crazy.
Anyway. Holy crap.
Soval sent me a roll of yellow TPU.
Ooh. You know, that's one thing I think I've got 1 roll of TPU.
I've got the only TPU I ever buy myself is black. And I use it to make things like I designed this little print. I don't know if that focuses. This snaps into the 4040 extrusions on like an Ender 3.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a shock absorber. So that it kind of cuts down the vibrations that transfer to the desk that it's on or whatever.
Yeah, I've got glow in the dark, carbon fiber, PLA, PETG, ABS, ASA sample somewhere. I just don't have TPU. Now I want to get some TPU. That's the other thing you could print on the giant printer, Brian, is you could find a good model of the toilet paper trophy.
I'm tired.
So part of your test model, this is a test model that I use, the Pikachu, which is why Kit hates it because I use them all the time.
Yeah, I printed like a big one.
But the 100% scale, low poly Pikachu, flowalistic, 10% infill, 3 perimeter, 6 tops, 4 bottoms, 9.5 grams of filament. You can print one of these.
Pointless to me. I do not want a Pikachu.
But see, I print a sample tile. So that's what are hanging up on these keychains over here. They're a sample tile so that you can see what color it is. And that uses like 4 grams or so. And then this uses 9. And now I know exactly what that filament is.
You can almost print one of Wexter's Steampunk Batmans with a single filament sample.
What infill?
Yoda. Yeah,
I don't remember. I think I did this at like 5% or something. Not much.
Yeah, you lower your infill, you'll be much better on your filament use.
I printed this. I don't know if you can see it. I printed it in a rainbow silk.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the way it came out because it's kind of copper on top.
It looks like one of the steampunk silks too.
It's just a regular silk. It just happened to get into that transition. where it kind of went into copper. It's got copper and green and purple and stuff.
Nice. I've got a roll of eSun filament that
get one of them silky transitions. Really like them.
That's like a silky copper transition.
Awful big roll for an awful small amount of filament on it.
I still like DSK 001's Millennium Enterprise. I still love this thing.
Oh, it causes so many problems too. I love it. You could print one of those with a sample.
I might be able to.
They're only like 12 grams.
Yeah, I'll check and see. I printed this in the silk copper. I think it was CC3D, and it is gloriously shiny.
Hey, it's the Viking.
Hey, Thomas.
What's up, Viking? You want in?
Bring him in.
Yeah, I'm not going to last much longer anyway, but I'm rapidly crashing.
Drink more.
I need to make another video because I've only got one in the queue for Monday. I need to make one this weekend. I've got 3 ideas that I've got scripts about halfway done for. I need to do some printing to get them done, though.
But you actually have been working on it, I would imagine some.
The problem is I still have a day job, which I say problem, but it's only a problem when it comes to making videos. It's good for getting the bills paid.
Yeah, you can't pay the mortgage with YouTube videos. Well, you can. I mean, it's possible.
Well, I can't. Some might. I cannot.
Josh should jump in.
Get Josh in here.
So I knew that today that this was coming, but I also knew that my central vac was coming today. And so I started on this, then I started down a rabbit hole of printing more PPE, and then people are calling me and saying they wanted this and wanted that, and they're doing all this. And then it's like 4:00 in the afternoon, and I haven't left the room yet. Because I started setting this up like I shouldn't have.
One more?
Yeah, go for it. What is it? I mean, I know it's whiskey, but
it is Rebecca Creek. It is a Texas-made whiskey, not far from here, actually. The distillery is maybe 50 miles away, if that.
Does it come in a fancy little flask, or do you pour it in?
No, I bought that flask at Tuesday morning. It's a Tuesday morning flask, and the for medicinal use only glasses are from Amazon.
I can't do whiskey anymore.
I'm self-medicating.
Me too.
I needed this. Thank you for streaming. Another good one that they make is the Texas Ranger blended. And this is an awful lot like a spiced rum.
Huh.
It's got like vanilla and cinnamon tones to it. It's really cool. So
I've got some whiskeys that are quite nice. I do enjoy my whiskeys. I'm a big gin fan, though.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, I love gin.
Wait.
Drinking a pine tree.
You've got a bottle of aviation. Nice.
My precious. I need limes, and I need simple syrup, though. Or tonic water. No, not simple syrup. Simple syrup is for margaritas.
Easy.
No, gin and tonics are the best, man. They're so good.
I know. I only recently discovered them, and I love them so much.
How can
And then
you recently discovered gin and tonics?
I never tried one. And then the bottle, that bottle,
gin and tonic in like college.
that aviation bottle suckered me, and I love the design on it.
You know who makes that?
I didn't know when I bought it, but I do now.
Oh, okay. Mama, do you know who makes aviation gin?
No, because I don't drink gin.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds?
That's his company.
Oh, very nice for him.
It's the pool guy.
I'm going to wake up with a headache, and I don't care.
I was up way too late last night.
I've already done my workout for the day, so that's good. So I've got that taken care of. Now I'm getting my calories in.
Gotta change a printer.
Oh no, Michael Casella's out of Kahlua. There was an old drink that I don't think anybody knows about anymore that was called a Colorado Bulldog. It was like Bailey's and rum. Was it? What all was in it? It was Bailey's and vodka and Coke and whipping cream of all things. And it's this bizarre sounding thing, but it was good.
No. Mind erasers.
Dan says the best way to get rid of a morning headache is to have a drink. Yep. I say it's only binge drinking if you stop.
That's right.
Well, there is this theory that, alcohol kills the coronavirus. So, pollute yourself so bad, no virus wants to live there.
Yeah, that's what the quinine's for in the gin.
Yeah.
No, the quinine is in the tonic water.
Yeah, sorry, the tonic water.
Some people think your body is a temple. Mine was a frickin' playground.
Frickin' playground.
And now I'm paying for it because it's a broken down playground now.
Old curmudgeon. I have heard of a Singapore sling, and I don't know what's in it. I assume it contains Singaporeans and slings.
I can't remember what's in a Singapore sling, but they're good.
Aww. Nightbot went medieval on Dan, and Dan was putting the recipe for the Colorado Bulldog up there.
Yeah, Dan
It's basically a White Russian with Coke in it.
Oh, he just capped out. Don't hit cap locks for everything.
No, I don't know what he did, but he Nightbot isn't even.
He don't spam caps.
Nightbot was all.
I forgot I turned I was using Nightbot to do the raffling stuff, so the giveaway. It's the only reason why it's on. Otherwise, I don't even run it.
Blightbot.
I didn't even think of that. Was Jimmy in here? Did it boot Jimmy earlier?
No, Dan was copy and pasting. So he was just quick. He was quick entries.
Oh, I didn't even think of that because, 3D Jimmy there from Florida is old and does cap locks on everything. Nightbot will boot him for that.
I want to just remote into Jimmy's computer and change the font for the system so that he doesn't have to cap logs everything.
Run some program that inverts the caps lock.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying make the font bigger so it's easier for him, because that's the whole reason why he does it is for vision, right? So you can in the accessibility options, right? You can increase the font size.
Command Shift Plus on the Mac, just zoom it in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, without having to change the aspect ratio of the screen either, you can do it. So
It doesn't change the aspect ratio of the screen. It just changes everything, and the whole computer gets bigger.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It doesn't. You can accessibility options windows. You can change just the font.
Yeah.
The other stuff stays normal sized.
Right.
It talks to it in that special way and makes it bigger.
Have you ever used the text to speech and stuff on the Mac?
Yeah,
occasionally.
I love some of the new voices. Hysteria is awesome.
That's been around forever.
Oh, I know it. Everyone makes a big deal of like dragon speech and stuff. On the PC, it's like, oh, I can like talk to my computer, and it's like, do you realize that Mac OS 7 did that? We're talking like 86, 87?
OS 7 was 89-ish.
Yeah.
90-ish. I don't want to say it's 1990.
That's when they started introducing the text-to-speech.
I got married in 1990, and OS 7, System 7, came out in 1990. So 1990, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't an OS until they started.
They didn't call it OS whatever until OS 8. Mac OS 8.
Oh, System 7, whatever. I still think.
Hello, Sean Butler.
Best Mac system.
He was going to leave, Sean, and
then we peer pressured him.
And then we came in.
Yeah. Then I got a couple of drinking buddies, so we're just hanging out drinking now.
Oh, Mr. Brian Vines.
That's me.
Have you signed up for this weekend's stream?
Oh, I forgot
Where?
about
The VERF?
the virtual Earth.
I don't know where to sign up. I set a reminder for it, and I got tagged on it, but I don't know where to sign up.
Just go to Slice.
Yeah, Slice's Twitter has a link.
Link me, Amadeus.
Let me.
Link me, Amadeus.
It's like Rock Me Amadeus, but different.
I haven't done it either. Look at that.
Because I am old and I know that song.
I want to see their. I didn't see their damn.
Oh, so they did not post the link publicly, Brian. Just DM them and they will.
Oh, right.
Hook you up.
I want to see their.
You didn't see their April Fools today, did you?
I did not.
It's a good one. It's a slice hot end with a really long heat break in the middle of it. No, Mike, it is not a private show. I don't know if it's open for everyone to just jump in and be on video.
Oh, look at that thing! Oh, that's funny looking.
But
a mosquito on stilts.
Yeah,
That's actually
Hi, kid. I like science fiction.
I am science fiction.
I would like to stream. I need to sign up.
Yeah,
I would assume that if I got tagged, they're interested in having me on.
Yeah, well, it's 2 days.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
I need water. Please hold. I'll be right back. Plus, you can listen to me get water.
Oh.
Because I've got my earbuds on and they're wireless.
He's Aaron with his pods.
Yep.
Extra Slides is responding to my tweets, but they're not responding to my messages.
My AirPods are the professional variety.
Why do I think Brian's in like one of those like 1920 cigar houses?
It's the funniest thing because Brian's shown us before that the classiest section of his whole house is what you see on camera.
I know.
That's true.
It just looks
well, the only other part of my house you have seen is my attic.
Yeah. Well, the rest of it looks like a house, right?
Yeah.
The only other part of my house you've seen is the attic.
Oh, I forgot about that. The attic.
You may not know this, but originally, because everybody else had a Blank's basement show, my channel was going to be Brian's Attic, and then I couldn't come up with a good logo, and then it was starting to get on towards April, and it was getting hot up there, and so I didn't go with Brian's Attic, which was the original.
That's a good idea because otherwise you'd have to be green screening it for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up here in the attic.
God, dag nabbit, it's hot.
I don't even have to turn my printer on to extrude filming. I just push it through.
Who needs an ABS enclosure when you print in the attic?
It's pretty much. Well, that's why I had to crack the window because it's like even with the window cracked, it's 78 degrees in here right now. Because I've got so many machines running and it's just a smaller room. It gets hot. I probably could print ABS open air right now and not have a problem.
I did it in my garage late last year. Back when I was printing these things, I printed one of these. Squirrel cage fan.
I remember
for that failed air conditioner. The reason this looks as cool as it does is because it got too hot in the compressor section of the air conditioner. It was one of those portable server room air conditioners. Anyway,
I don't think that's Gracie.
It did that to ABS too.
There you go. You could nail your PLA up in your attic.
I abandoned trying to fix that stupid thing.
I would imagine your attic gets worse than even mine does. Down there.
You know, it's really not bad. It gets about 10 degrees hotter than the ambient temperature outside. I've got that. I don't know what I don't remember what they call it. It's the decking that they use on the roof has like a aluminum foil kind of backing on it.
Oh,
It's fancy.
The thermal barrier stuff. Anyway, if it is 100 degrees outside, at most it's 110 in the attic.
But it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, but it's
Texas.
100 degrees here.
When I lived
one day a year in the
coast in Corpus Christi, it would routinely hit 110. And when it was 110 in Corpus Christi, it was 150, 160 degrees Fahrenheit in the attic.
Yeah.
Here, it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit hotter in the attic than it is outside, which really is not bad. It cost me less to run this house. That's twice the size of what I had in Corpus than it did the house in Corpus.
Well, that's
weird.
You're weird.
This house is, well, the house I'm in was built in 2008 with a lot of energy efficiency stuff. The house that I had in Corpus was built in 1996 when they didn't care about energy efficiency.
No, they cared. That builder didn't care.
Nobody cared.
Yeah, they cared. They cared around here. But late 70s.
Hello, Paul.
The larger construction for insulation.
Paul is asking what made my 3D printer home to the right.
I think maybe he's wondering what make your 3D printer. What make you?
I don't understand
What's
the question.
keeping us home today?
What made your 3D printer home?
Well, the fact that San Antonio is in stay the heck home mode, I guess. I'm IT, so I'm exempt from that. Not that I'm going anywhere, I stay home. The grocery store delivers my groceries. I bring them in, I wipe them down with Clorox wipes. And then I put them away.
The FedEx guy came today. I grabbed the packages, I brought them inside, I opened them up. I didn't care.
I sort of care.
I sort of
The
care.
spool of PLA that, or not PLA, but not even PET, TPU. The yellow TPU that I got from Sunlu, I got 2 days ago. It's in my garage. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Was that an Amazon delivery or a off the boat delivery?
Fresh off boat. But it took however long it took to get here, but it's wrapped in tape. So I just want to let it sit. I haven't wiped it down, but 3 days should be enough for whatever's on it to self-destruct.
Yeah.
4. They say 4 days and it'll clear. There's pretty much no material. No.
A week ago it was 3 to 4 days.
I'm just not.
Oh, Paul is having an issue with his main board on his monoprice Maker Mini. Whatever the little one is, it's cantilevered.
It is homing to the right.
Homes to the right instead of the left.
Is inverted. Start it homing, Paul, and then trip the sensor. If it stops moving, you know it's inverted.
I don't think he's got the firmware files for it, though. I think he's got whatever monoprice put out.
But they could be something just with the board wiring. Like you may have to rewire, instead of getting into the firmware, just rewire the pins.
You take the 2 center pins on the stepper motor pin and switch them and swatch them.
Yeah, you just take those 4 and you switch them. So it's like
switchity
center for, I can't remember exactly. I look it up every time.
2 outer ones and you flop them.
Yeah, I don't know. You do all, I don't know.
Switch the direction.
But the drive, like it's just could be hardwired wrong.
Yeah, you take the 2 outer ones and you just swap them.
You Google manually invert stepper direction, and there's a video that you watch, and because you've typed it into Google a few times, it just does it for you.
You know, there's probably a market for an adapter board that you plug the stepper motor in on one side and you plug a cable in on the other, and it inverts it automatically.
Yeah. Oh, we got to talk to Tim at TH3D. That's an inversion board.
The Easy Invert board.
The Easy Invert. I'm calling like 60%.
I said it first.
40% dibs on that. 40%. We'll take the Brian 60-40. Okay.
All right.
60-40 for you.
60-40 credit.
He's gonna get for it.
Yeah.
I did notice that his instructions for the unified firmware sort of want you to use the version of the Arduino IDE that they include that's bundled with it. The problem with that is that it's 1.8.7 and it doesn't play nicely with the 64-bit only macOS 10.15. So macOS 10.15 likes Arduino 10.1.11, whatever the current version is.
What are you saying, Arduino?
Oh, hang on. We made a mistake, Brian. We should have gone to Josh to get our Easy Invert made.
Oh.
We need to come up with a new name for it.
Uzi Invert.
The inverting beam.
Reverse probed.
The reverse probe.
No. Reverse polarity on the stepper motor. Go Star Trek on it.
Yeah.
If there's
that's it right there. That's it. Plug in.
If there's anything that Jordy LaForge taught me, it's that reversing the polarity on anything
fixes it.
Makes it go backwards.
I didn't even think of that. He does everything. It's reverse the polarity. I'll reverse the polarity.
Reverse the polarity on the 9-volt battery.
Okay, that's it. I'm having another.
The clock is going backwards instead of smoking.
The inverted probe.
Are you into snacks? What are you into?
Huh?
What is that?
Ice.
I need a snack.
How do you just have ice under your desk?
He's like that.
I brought a. Oops.
You don't notice?
This thing called
he lives in a hotel. The ice machine is just around the corner from that room.
Clearly.
No, the ice machine is 2 floors down. That's why I brought up ice. Whoa, I just put way too much freaking rum in there.
Holy jeez. It's going to be a party.
Yeah, I'm drinking that. I already got a little bit of a buzz on from this one.
Get your buzz on. I got my Target Zen snacks.
Alien inverter.
Oh, whatever you want to call it, Josh. You can have some of our idea money.
Crap, I dropped something.
In and out mothership?
Y'all probably didn't see my shirt.
Burning your print with a torch.
Because that's how I clean them up.
Well, you just getting rid of the whiskey?
Enjoy my shirt, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't even
yeah, Brian, Llama, I use a butane torch. Is it?
Yeah, I got a better idea. Set your printer so it doesn't get stringy.
Dude.
No, I also use it on prints are like perfectly good sometimes if they just need to clean up a little. Like it's not.
This is my PETG cleanup tool.
Wisping.
Questions for you. Do you guys know what that particular style torch was originally designed for?
I don't know. For me, it's a creme brulee torch.
That's where it came out of the creme brulee kit.
That's exactly what it was. It was a creme brulee torch. that style, that pistol grip butane torch was originally designed to make creme brulee.
That's where mine came from, and the kit's upstairs with the cups, but the torch is down here. It doesn't light consistently anymore. I have to like it.
You know what you do?
My recommendation for that is
take a Q-tip and
click the little safety, press the button in for a half second so that it hisses the butane, and then click.
Yep.
Or buy a new one on Amazon.
Yeah.
I've used it so much, the electrodes dirty on the
spark. Dip it there and clean the electrode off. Also, when you do it, kind of bend the electrode up again. Basically, I'm guessing you just burned off the end of the electrode.
Oh, there's no electrode coming back out anymore. I have to somehow take apart the tip to get to it, and I just
usually just take a Q-tip and jam it in there and I'll
throw it away.
Yeah,
this is consumerism. Throw it away, buy a new one.
Gonna buy a new one on Amazon at some point. But you know what the thing is, O'Brien? My Pet G profile now, I don't have stringing.
Whoa! Wow! I just did a shot of rum. That was oh, I'm ready for that.
Jordan can't hear me now. He's got his headphones off.
I forgot it was
Jordan smells bad. He can't hear me.
How do you know he smells bad?
I don't know. I'm just saying it because he can't hear me.
Yeah,
Jordan is a smelly person.
Dude, does he look like he's got like a face on the back of his head? Like that's a mouth? Look at it. He got a face on the back of his head. Oh, we need some googly eyes, man.
A crappy snack. We're talking about him.
We were talking about putting googly eyes on the back of your head because you got a little seam in the back of your neck when you're looking up, and it looked like a funny pucker mouth.
Yeah, probably.
So we're gonna put googly eyes on the back of your head.
Did you use the right razor for shaving your head?
I used my whatever razor.
What kind of razor is it?
Well, I think it's a Gillette.
How many blades?
Like
Gillette.
A million.
The best a man can get.
So that's the problem. So
it was the Gillette 87 blade razor.
Yeah. So I don't shave all the way down because it just grows anyways, and I don't. It's like I'm bald. I actually do have lots of hair. I just don't care for it. But when you shave your head with the same razor we use to shave our face, tomorrow morning the back of your head and your neck are going to be raw. You're gonna have so many ingrown hairs like within a day, like because
I don't have that problem. I actually shaved it because I have an issue where I broke my neck. I have the 2 pinholes where they screwed the halo to my skull, and they never stopped bleeding. They were always bleeding. And
he says he has pinholes. It's a little air hole from the parasite that's wrapped around his brain from the Next Generation.
Yeah, so the problem is that those razor blades, because they pick and pull up the hair, it drops back below the surface of the skin.
I know.
And on your head, that's not fun.
I have a big old, you can't see it because the light's so bright, but I got a big old rash right here. But that's more because I was just going over the same spot.
Yeah, you'll get that. But
the first blade lifts the hair, and the second blade cuts the hair, and then it drops back down.
So you're supposed to use
a Gillette twin blade system.
Yeah, you're supposed to use a 1 or 2 blade.
So it made it even worse. I don't have any more.
You're supposed to use just a 2 blade, cheap, or one designed for shaving your head.
Walgreens sent me a little email saying,
"What is that noise?
Save your life from the coronavirus. We'll deliver your Walgreens order." So I was like, cool. And you have to use it's actually one of those restaurant apps, and they tied it into the Walgreens so they could just use it, and you can order it. One of those, what do you call that? Where they deliver your food to go. DoorDash, one of them. I don't know, it's not that. It's one of them. Anyway, so I went through the whole signed up for this whole deliver your food thing that Walgreens is tied into. Started ordering because I need electric toothbrush tips. I never fucking bought any goddamn electric toothbrush ends, and I just blew my last one apart. So I'm using a regular everyday manual toothbrush. Anyways, went through the whole thing, spent like $60. Comes up and says cashing out, blah blah blah. Oh, we don't deliver in your area. You.
So now you know a tenth of what it's like to live in Canada and want to order something.
I get that all the time here because we're such a little puke town. I can go 10 miles that way and they'll deliver to me, but this town literally has like 5,000 or 6,000 people in it in the winter right now. And in the summer, there's like 280, I think. That's how much it increased this town.
These print fast. I'm looking forward to switching from this design to this one. I'll be able to print the same volume of units in half the time.
You know what I have noticed? Because I shaved this yesterday, so I've already got like the peach fuzz growing back. It's all real stiff. My hat really sticks to my head.
Oh yeah, like I got Velcro hair for the first like 2 days. Yeah,
it's literally like Velcro to my head.
Velcro hair. Da-dun-dun. Sorry.
Yeah, my wife makes a comment about it every time.
Yeah.
No more whiskey for me.
No more whiskey, no more rum.
A soft Velcro. All I can hear is Brian. That's funny. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours and 55 minutes. Trail mix. What's in there? Rice crackers, sesame seed sticks, green peas, almonds, cashews, and wasabi peas. Wasabi.
I like the wasabi peas. That's these.
Wasabi peas.
Having to confirm the print with the stupid rotary wheel. I always forget to confirm that I want to print it. I'm so used to Octoprint where you just click print and it goes.
Kind of. I'm really liking Repeteer a lot. The more I'm using it, I like it a lot. A real lot.
A real lot.
These days, I'm going to have to get like real life curtains. It's beginning to actually
just
drive
hang up your green screen.
That one of those towels is one color and another is another color.
And that they're towels, not curtains.
Well, they kind of look like curtains. If I didn't tell you they were towels, they look like curtains, don't they? Sort of. I mean,
I don't know. I use blinds.
Hashtag curtains.
Nailed to trim better than actual curtains for thermal barrier. Because people don't realize when you put the curtain rod and it brings it out from the window, all it does is let it becomes a cold air tunnel. Where if you put the towel / curtain right up against the trim when you close it, it somewhat feels it off. Something you learn. That's why I don't curtain rods. Never have like curtain rods. They let cold air flow like past the window. They're useless. They stop light. They don't keep the room warm. Gotta keep the womb warm.
There is so many face shield designs going on right now.
Oh, I'm getting
Holy.
an argument with my mother. She's trying to do the masks, and I'm like, Mother, there's 2 approved designs for this area by the hospital. Please print one. Sew one. Because she wants to sew masks. We kind of want her to do it to forget about my father thing, but there's something to do. But
sewing masks is not a bad idea.
It's my mother. She has to redesign it, and I can make it better. And put it this way, I got it into her head 2 days ago to do it, and she's not sewn one yet. Not one.
Somebody told me this afternoon that the nurses in my area are using paper clips or anything they can get their hands on to try to take the elastics off their ears from wearing the masks for so long, the back, and having to take, apparently when you're wearing them in the area, they have to go in and out a lot. So
are you printing the adjuster bands that go around the back?
Yeah, that's what these are, is the the little adjuster bands. But I started with
your rubber band just clips onto that.
I started with this design earlier in the day. It was, well, I didn't make it. I just got it on Thingiverse. So it's this one, and it just hooks on the back of your head. But this one prints twice as fast, uses a third of the filament, a little bit more flexible, but still very.
Now, what are you printing that out of?
PLA.
That's pretty flexible even for PLA.
The thing is you can still you can bleach down, you can wipe these with a bleach thing. You can Lysol them. I don't know where the idea came from that you can't use PLA at all for this stuff. It's not maybe going to have the best longevity.
PLA will break down faster than others in both bleach and rubbing.
Right, but 3D Gloop actually even mentioned it the other day because they're the PLA scientists, as far as I'm concerned.
If you watch CNC Kitchen's thing, PETG weakened faster than PLA in rubbing alcohol.
Right.
And TPU, which I would think broke down faster than all of them. That was a fast breakdown.
Yeah, it's just probably the way it's signed. These are I don't expect this stuff to last more than a week, but when I gave one to my neighbor up the street and said, would this be something you guys would want to have at the hospital? She almost started crying. She's like, yes. And so the hospital in town, I think for the region, there's maybe 2 cases in our area for the county that we're in. So they're not crazy overworked or anything like that. The problem is that every single person who has a sniffle is going in thinking they have it. So there is nobody in my hospital that has COVID-19. There's nobody.
We've got a few here, but not many.
But they're having to do all the mask extra precautions and everything to prevent and protect. So they're dying. And I'm like, okay, well, I can make this easier. And then all of a sudden I posted on the local Facebook group that I was going to do this, that I'm not charging for it. But if anybody wanted to donate some money to help me buy more filament, to put because I'm just buying filament straight up and putting it on there. And a couple people stepped up and they're like, yeah, I'll give you $20. Does that help you out? I'm like, a lot. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I ordered 2 rolls of filament that are coming Amazon Prime. They'll be here tomorrow.
Yep. It's just like the face masks. Everyone's like, oh, don't 3D print the face masks. They don't work. You know what? Something is better than nothing. What you do is you tell people you're going to wear a 3D printed face mask. 1, make sure the holes are big enough and you got some kind of ventilation because otherwise you're going to suffocate yourself. 2, this is not going to protect you from the world. This is going to protect the world from you.
I saw another design recently that somebody actually took that stupid print in place fake filament one and they added TPU to the edge of it, so now it actually could conform to your face.
It's still not going to save you from the world.
No, but the problem is it's a false sense of security, so just don't even put it out there. It's a problem maker.
Yep.
I think the sewn face masks or those, because surgical face masks are not, they're just to protect.
They're to protect the patient, not you.
Yes, that's right. So a sewn face mask is no different. Yeah, it's no different than a surgical face mask, which they use in surgery all the time. So a sewn one is perfectly fine. Again, the cloth, because it's a part of the fact the way they riffle it too, to kind of give it some layers and stuff. Well, just taking a rag and wrapping it around your head.
Yeah, t-shirt. That's what the CDC recommends. If you can't get a mask and you need to go out and you're in an area that's highly contagious, put a freaking t-shirt over your mouth. That will help. 60% of the virus will likely be scanned. Again, a cloth mask is not so much protecting you from the world, because the stuff's going to hit the mask and eventually come through as you breathe in and out and in and out. What it does do is stop you from infecting the world, because now your breath is no longer projecting 6 feet, It's predicting 6 inches.
I'm going to leave the house tomorrow for the first time in 9 days, I think.
You freaking introvert. This is like your dream world, huh?
No, I go outside all the time. It's just...
I wonder why you called yourself Mad Monkey. It should have been an Apocalypse Monkey. You were built for this.
Yeah. No, I'm actually rather like the reason why I'm happy to be doing this, to do something to help out, is that I'm not very happy with things right now because they've postponed all surgeries, everything for all their people and everything. So
don't feel bad. They're taking my father out of hospice because they need a bed. He's in fucking hospice. In other words, I don't know if you know, you have hospice there, right? It's pretty
yeah.
It's, make him comfortable, let him die. They're
Right.
taking him out because they want the bed.
What are they going to do? Just put him out back in the garden?
Pretty much. Because he's in a room all by himself. It's like a ventilated / filtered / you go in and it's got a glass slider and double doors, and you go in, you close one door and you open the next and stand there and let the freaking air flow over you and all that crap. And they're taking him out of that room. And my mother's freaking out.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Hi, Brian, you're drunk.
That too. And snacky.
I don't have any snacks. All guys like crackers. Oh, I do have some pepperoni left.
Here's the problem with snacking during the apocalypse. You run out quick.
Well, you know what? If you listen to Maurice, you can snack on other people.
Snack on other people. Yeah, he's like...
I'm always concerned about that one.
He's like, don't use PLA for anything for the... PLA doesn't matter, dude. Old porn PLA is not a lie. It does happen. I have I have a sponge holder that's made of PLA. And I can honestly tell you that, yes, the pores open up and I have mold in there after a while.
You know what you do? You dunk it in a bowl of vinegar for a day and you pull it out, and guess what? It's perfectly fine.
Bleach. I've dunked it in bleach for 24 hours. I've dunked it in rogaine alcohol. I've dumped it in vinegar. I've done it baking soda.
I think with the base max,
the mold never comes out.
As long as you can tag it with whatever material it's made with, then the healthcare providers can determine what method they can use to sanitize it.
Right. So the organization that I'm working with that's taking in the face shields that I printed, like I've got 96 of them down in the box down there. This style right here. They're providing the sheet. They're providing the TPU for the band. That's the other thing. They're using 2.85 TPU through some holes on either side, and then the little retaining clips. Or with the retaining clips, grab onto it. Worst case scenario, though, if that breaks, you can just use an elastic or a string or something around the little loops. There's no punching involved with the sheets. They're just cutting sheets. The sheets go into a slot. But somebody was like, oh, you can't print that stuff in PLA. It's got to be PETG, blah, 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 this, that. And it's like, look, this is what they've worked without, like they've contacted the hospitals and the organizations and said, here's what we can offer. And some have said yes, some have said no.
Short-term use, it don't matter.
Is it?
As long as it's same person, short-term use. Don't take it off and hand it to someone else, which they don't do anyways.
They can wipe these things down with bleach. They use these bleach like these special sanitizing cloths at the hospitals. You can wipe down anything with that stuff. It's not going to degrade this in a week of using it.
Well, it's not the degrading so much as the layer lines can hold bacteria and stuff.
Yeah, so can PETG layer lines.
But it's
layer lines can hold bleach too.
That fast in that short of time.
Yeah.
Two, if you're using a bleach, a rubbing alcohol, or whatever, and you drop it in it, rubbing it off, you might not get it in the pores. But if you drop it in a bucket of liquid bleach, which is how most of these hospitals are sanitizing the crap, They're actually putting them in dunk.
Yeah.
It's getting into the pores.
Layer lines can hold bleach and disinfectant as well as they can hold bacteria.
And Josh just made the point too, and that's the whole thing that I'm getting at is they're stuck using like the same mask for a 12-hour shift. They're stuck using like they get allotted 2 masks for the week and stuff like that. Like at some of these places, they're getting in trouble for not bringing it. Like if they bring in their own because there's none available, and they feel that they need one to keep itself. This is better than nothing.
Yep.
They can print them and they can give them out.
Do you hear about that lady that was told she couldn't bring in her own stuff? Ended up quitting her job.
Yeah, it went around quite wide and far.
Why would you tell her she can't bring in her own masks?
There could be more to it. I never want to assume. I never jump on things or assume stuff. That. It's just.
But that's still something. Wow,
it's like just a case of this stuff is better than nothing.
Yeah,
use it or don't. But if somebody is going to want it, so you can use it. So maybe the main hospital in Toronto, maybe they're not using 3D printed face shields from this company. Okay, fine. But they've worked. So before everyone started making these things, it's just make, and then find the places to take them. This place found the places to take them, and then set up the initiative, and then took it a couple steps further by paying for shipping and having packs that you can order and get free as well.
My answer is don't do something stupid. Don't print a PLA mask that doesn't have a vent in it so you suffocate. Don't do something that stupid. It's short-term emergency use. If you're going to use it for 6 months, yes, you're going to grow bacteria in that PLA. If you're using it for it is not going to hurt you.
No, and same as these.
It's not going to get that bad.
Same as these things. I told my neighbor, I'm like, you can wipe them down with your bleach cloths. I don't know how many times because it's pretty thin. I'm like, if it breaks, it breaks. I'll get you a new one. Like, just it's.
Well, you don't want it breaking while you're wearing it is the only issue. They say 20. The last I heard, because there's I don't know, one of the colleges or medical, whatever schools, they said PLA on the average is about 20 uses for. They can clean it 20 times before it becomes.
Well, and again, depending on the cleaning method of choice.
Yeah, well, they were doing a bleach and rubbing alcohol or some kind of dunk. Most of them around here are dunking it in dunk bins.
There is totally a like the CDC in your area. Like obviously the States is different than other places, but the CDC has put forth a solution that you can use.
Put nothing forth about 3D printing deliberately. They don't want to discourage and they don't want to encourage. The CDC in the United States has not put out a single thing on the use of 3D printed.
No, but the cleaning ratios is what I said.
Yeah,
how much bleach to water, etc. That you.
Oh yeah, they have
all that
amount for the.
So.
I think it's like 70% bleach or 70% water, 1% bleach, and rubbing alcohol's got to be at least 70% or I don't
know. The one thing too is so this that I'm feeding the face shields into is going all over Canada. It may not be going to the hospital right down the street.
Yep.
That I've gone to many times over for different things. This is going directly in the hands of my neighbors, people who live in my neighborhood.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm getting ready to print some shields and stuff because my neighbor is she works at a restaurant, a special needs restaurant. She does she's in the psych ward where they're all nutcases. But the hospital is actually the government, the state and federal government confiscated all their PPE to take to the hospitals. So we're right on the fringe. We're not hit yet, but we're on the fringe of the New York.
Wait, the local government took away their PPE that they could have used.
It came and raided every freaking rest home in this area because we're right on the fringe of the big head wall from New York. New York's 60 miles away. That's it. And we went from 0 cases 2 days ago to like 500 or 600 in my county. We literally had 0 cases 2 days ago, and we got like 500 or 600 now.
New cases is not a problem.
Getting whaled already. I can't go visit my father because they will not let me in now. Even though he's in hospice, I cannot go into the hospital. Period. They wouldn't let me in anyway because I got a sore throat. But nobody's allowed. They called and said nobody's allowed to go visit him. They cannot bring him into the hospital. Period. End of story. Done. No visitation into the hospital. But yeah, they raided him. They left him with nothing. Literally nothing. Now a lot of those nurses already have cloth. You can actually buy cloth face mask, masks that are considered fine for that, for rest homes. Which, because I don't know if you guys know, but most rest homes, the nurses wear masks all the time anyways, whether there's a pandemic on it or not. Because, you get these old people that are allergic to stuff or ultra sensitive to whatever, and so they're always wearing masks. So most of them already have fabric masks. And again, all they're made to do is stop her breath from getting on the patient. They're not going to stop the patient from infecting her. They had not tight sealing, but they got raided. I gave her, because I had a box of the N95s that I use when I'm like sanding, oaks and stuff, because I have a mild oak allergy. So if I get sawdust in my lungs, it's not a big deal. It's just I get a really bad sore throat. And so if I'm like sanding oak or Ipe or one of the real hardwoods, I wear a mask anyway. You should anyways if you're doing a lot of sanding. So I had them. I gave her a box, and a bunch of my buddies, carpenters, everything, all gave her masks. The freaking nursing home said, bring them in and we're going to lock them up in the closet. She, go to hell, they're mine. You ain't getting my mask. And they're like, well, we're going to pass them out. She's like, no, I'm going to pass them out because I'm going to make sure I have mine that my friends gave me. They're like, well, you're being selfish. She's like, no, I will share them, but I'm going to share them because she's scared she's going to bring them in there, and all of a sudden the government's going to confiscate them again.
Or she won't get access to one because other people got one before she did.
I mean, she doesn't have a lot. She's got 4 or 5 boxes, and what's in a box? 10 or 12 of them or something like that. That's all she's got.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, they're hers.
Yeah. Well, it don't matter right now. Again, we're in like the epicenter right here. We're right on the fringe of it. You go 20 miles. It's like lockdown, like military. It's amazing. National Guard driving down the streets won't let you out. It's freaking ridiculous. I mean, we got ambulance crews and stuff that are getting infected now that are, and just it's justifiable. She's not arguing with them that they take them. She wants the ambulance crews and the stuff like that to have them because they're in a nursing home. They're in lockdown. Either they have it in a nursing home or they don't.
Right, but she wants hers.
Yeah. Well, they just need it for the day-to-day what they used it for anyways. I mean, there's people in that nursing home that have hypersensitivities and stuff that they would normally wear these masks day-to-day anyways.
Hypersensitive.
Well, you know what I mean. Some old people, like, their immune systems break down and crap. And
they're hypersensitive.
These people are going to die not from the coronavirus, but because now these nurses don't have the proper equipment to protect these people from day-to-day bacteria, not just viruses, but whatever. And she works the psych ward, so she's got a bunch of nutcases.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need y'all to tell me to stop eating these snacks.
You should.
Hey, Brian, eat more snacks. You eat plenty of snacks. When you're this big, then you can stop. Right, Jordan? Jordan's probably a little bit smaller of a belly than me, but not much.
I need consensus.
Keep eating. You eat, boy.
No.
Yeah, I really want to go get a bag of chips right now, but
I know.
Make me stop.
You bastard. You had to say that. I've been thinking about chips, and then you verbally said it.
The chips are on another floor, and these prints are...
I'm stopping.
not going to print themselves.
Have any chips. I don't have any chips.
Put it away, Brian.
I got
It's
crackers.
away.
I do have
You know what?
that you put on the saltines, which
You know what you need to put the pepperoni on? You need to put the pepperoni on. Put the pepperoni on flour tortillas with mozzarella cheese.
No.
It's almost a pizza wrap. All it needs is tomato sauce.
the ultimate is wheat thins, but you can use pretty much any cracker. Wheat thins, Triscuits, saltines in that order. Wheat thins are the best.
Wheat thins suck.
Cream
Triscuits are better.
Now, wheat thins
Ritz.
with it because of the salt and they're a little sweeter than the wheat
No,
thins.
the Ritz crackers because they're butter.
Yeah,
Butter
no,
crackers.
you don't need the butter when you got the pepperoni and the sour cream.
Or
Excuse
if
me,
you
not
could get
cream
goldfish crackers
Cream
in like
cheese,
a real size.
pepperoni is awesome on a cracker. Doesn't really matter the cracker. Wheat thins just have that. They're a little bit sweeter than Triscuits. I like Triscuits a lot with that too. But the wheat thins are a little sweeter, saltier than the Triscuits.
Today on
You know what I
Quarantine
call
Talk,
Triscuits?
we do snacks.
Love Triscuits.
Triscuits? Triscuits are not wheat thins. They are wheat thicks.
They're woven wheat.
Wheat
Woven
thick.
wheat.
Woven wheat.
Woven wheat. When I was a little
Like
kid, I
cool.
used to call them wheat basket or wheat blankets.
Cool.
They look like
Cool.
little wheat blankets, like the old blankets. Think about it. They look like a blanket. I used to call them wheat blanket.
Kit's got it right. Wheat thicks with 2 C's instead of a CK.
Wheat flakes. Flakes.
Guys,
We've been
I've
drinking.
had far too much to drink, and I've had far too much to eat, and I need to go to bed.
No, you don't.
Or I'm going to say.
Oh yeah, no, I was about to say sayonara because I got to go get some snacks.
You guys all freaking kept me up. So go get some snacks and come back.
No, I've got to do some stuff too.
I got to brush my teeth and take my high tension medication and go to bed.
High tension medication?
I got hypertension. I got high blood pressure.
That's why he works out.
I work out.
Doesn't that make your blood pressure go up when you work out?
Not really. It actually reduces it when I get done.
Because he also gets on there and he just goes Zen mode.
Low blood pressure. Now I got ultra high blood pressure.
I get on the elliptical. I put on an episode of Stargate Atlantis and I watch. And I just back and forth.
The first Stargate
And then I watch.
And every now and
then I watch
then
some
you're like,
Rodney McKay.
I know that guy.
I get the guy a laptop.
You know what I just watched? I just binge watched Altered Carbon.
Love that one.
The first season was
When
better.
I get done,
I did not like the second.
when I get done with Stargate Atlantis, which I think has maybe one more season, I'm going to pick up season 3 of The Expanse because I've watched seasons 1 and 2.
Oh, there's like 6 seasons of The Expanse.
Yeah, they're on like the
No,
fourth.
it's only on season 3. It's only on 3.
Expanse is like 6.
All right.
There was
I'm
they did
leaving.
another season when Amazon took it over, or who took it over? Netflix or Amazon?
Netflix
It was
got him.
like TBS or something.
Nope,
Later,
already
man.
went away.
He already left. Anyways, I'm gonna go.
I'm going away too.
Yeah.
It's all you.
See yous. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for all your donations for the shipping. I hope it's enough. If it's not, I'll deal with it. I will talk to you tomorrow when neither one of us are too hungover, and we'll figure out that other role. Later, guys. It's been fun. It's been real. It's time to go to bed.